All right, we are live, everybody, on the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour. It's a power hour. We say it's a power hour, but we're going to be here a good 2 hours tonight. We've got three authors in the building tonight. Three authors in the building tonight. If you are a reader, you're an avid reader, you're in a book club, you're a writer yourself, a book writer yourself, you're a publisher in a publishing company yourself, you're going to want to pay attention tonight. We've got three of them tonight. Three. And we got a lot of talking to do. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves right quick before I hand the microphone over to my co-host, Mr. Kenneth Wayne. Marcita, we're going to start with you.
Good evening. I am Marcita Jordan. I am the CEO, editor, and publisher of Whole House Publishing. It is a Black-owned business where I have designed a program for African American authors to present themselves as a platform where you can go into my bookstore and is a marketplace for your books, and also it will tell you how I can assist you in your self-publishing, where you're not going to have to pay all of those upfront costs that you would pay if you were going under in the industry, as far as distribution or other companies. So, and tonight, these are two authors that have been published under Whole House Publishing.
So, Whole House Publishing is your company?
Yes,
You got going on a little bit, don't you? Just a little bit?
just a little bit.
All right. All right. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Did we discuss that last time you were here?
Yes, a little bit. But it was just me then. I was
Okay.
just publishing myself. Now
Okay.
I have
Brought to fruition
people.
that.
So, you're building a team around you.
Yes.
Support systems.
Georgia, we
Support
move
system.
on up.
Move it on up. I like that, Marcita. I like that. Let's move on to the next guest, Miss Marquisha.
Marquisha.
Okay.
I go by Q. I am from Navasota, Texas. This year will be my 11th year in education. I'm also in ministry. I coach and I sing with a gospel group. So I compiled experiences from all of those different outlets of my life, and I get inspiration from God about them. And that's why I wrote what is called Reusable Q-Tips. So it's a self-help book with lots of tips and advice.
I hate them Q-tips.
Yeah.
Q-tips be laying all over the house.
Yeah.
For real, on the nightstand,
Yeah.
by the kitchen sink.
But
Yeah.
you're supposed to throw those Q-tips
That's
away
right. They're
after you.
because once you use them, they're done, buddy.
Yeah.
You got to
But
get you some
these are
reusable ones.
reusable
Yeah.
ones.
I agree. These are reusable.
Yeah.
So,
Multi-purpose.
so I need to introduce reusable Q-tips to my household.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm definitely
Then you
gonna
won't
do that.
have to buy them over and over again.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Can you use some reusable Q-tips? That's one of the culprits right there. Reusable Q-tips, y'all, and we have a publishing house in the building. Y'all, please share the video wherever you are worldwide. We want everybody to know about these wonderful books we're about to get into in just a few minutes. This is the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour on Real Talk 100 Radio. Last but not least, we have Miss Evelyn. Miss Evelyn, introduce yourself and your notorious book.
Hey, well, I'm Evelyn Jewel Pierce, and I am going to say that my book is notorious, and it has been for quite a while. And the inspiration of the book came from a man regarding men, and it was somewhat critical. And because I've been hearing it so much from a little kid up, black men ain't no good, them niggas ain't no good. I got tired, and one day a man of, I'll say, a little quality, I guess he was kind of feeling, a little something. I'll say I lived in a predominantly white neighborhood at the time, and just to let you know how long ago it was, they still had 7-Elevens. And
Yeah.
so the guys would gather at the 7-Eleven, and he'd always ask, why niggas always got to hang on the counter? Why niggas? I was like, so I got tired of hearing. I was like, did you ever stop to think that when they said that we were free to go from slavery, go where? There was nothing created for blacks before slavery, so there was nowhere to go. So I think that is a part that has traveled through time from slavery to us hanging around or having a spot.
Okay. And you got this idea from a child?
No, from another black man.
Another black man. Okay.
Being critical of other black men. But I also asked, did he not stop to think that maybe they worked the evening shift or the night shift and they were just gathering because they were coming to get coffee, refreshments, or just talk about what happened at work that particular evening.
In the locker room. We call it locker room talk amongst us men.
Okay.
Ain't no telling.
Barbershop.
Ain't barbershop talk. Ain't no telling what you'll
Under
hear.
the tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that tree talk.
Ain't no telling what you'll hear around them five pits and in the locker room and we go all the way in, and I'm sure y'all have some of them kind of talks too. Where is it in the
absolutely.
salon? In the
It's a
salon
beauty
We call it brunch.
brunch,
Yeah. Brunch.
We call
beauty
it
shop.
Brunch.
Mhm. Yeah, beauty shop.
beauty shop.
Mhm.
All kind of talk goes on at the beauty shop. Okay,
Wow.
It's
okay,
true.
okay. That's why we never go, huh?
That's
Shop
right.
that you put out.
let's before we kick off into this show for real, let's hear from our co-host, Mr. Kenneth Wayne. How's it going, man? Man, hey, you know what I want you to touch on before we get off into this? Tell our listening audience and our panel what you went through with Carnival Cruises.
Man, I fly to New Orleans, get on the ship. So we're on our way. You know, you check in at the front and you check your luggage. So my wife had to have a little cute purse that day.
Oh.
So it wasn't big enough to put her passport in. So she asked the man when we checking the bag, do I need? He said, no, you got your ID, you good. So she sticks the passport in the suitcase. So we go all the way through everything. We get from about 20 feet from the ship. The lady said, man, we need your passport. She was like, for what? The man said, I just needed my ID. Everybody just said I needed my ID. I just need my passport to get back into the country, normally. So now you can't go without your passport.
No.
So I was like, what's in the suitcase? It's in the room. Can I go get it? No, once you go on the ship, you can't get off the ship. But can y'all send somebody to get it? No.
What?
That's rough.
So what happened? Y'all didn't get to go?
Nope.
You left your wife?
Oh,
But
wait,
everybody to the ship.
I thought you were gonna say you went with.
Right on. Right on.
They said, well, you and the kids can go, but she can't go. So, you and the kids can go ahead and go. But I said, no, baby, we ride together. We
Smart
That's right.
man.
That's right.
What happened to
Smart.
the luggage?
They took it.
So the luggage went on the tour.
Oh.
The luggage went to Mexico, but we did.
What I'll say.
So then you have to wait for your luggage to come back too.
And then they was like, okay, well, we'll FedEx it to you. That's what you think. So we got no clothes. We got no nothing. We got to go rent a car. We got to drive all the way back to Texas.
Oh.
Then we got to drive all the way back to New Orleans to meet the ship when it came back.
Oh my
And it wasn't just us. I felt sorry. It was a family from Kentucky. Husband and wife in the military. And they had their military ID. They said that didn't prove that you were a U.S. citizen.
Oh my goodness.
Military IDs
Right.
is not enough proof that you're a U.S. citizen.
Right.
Wow. You served.
So what is your conclusion? What resolve did you come to that you told me that I found funny? You said you was through. So you going to Disney now?
I'm going to Disney.
Okay.
My kids stood there cried.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
I said, I ought to sink this ship down when I told them.
Well,
Wow.
I hate to hear that. I actually
That's
like
so
Carnival. They not too snooty.
But the thing about it was, the thing that I didn't like, they too much worried about COVID. Everything is COVID protocol. When you're going through, nobody pays attention to nothing else you're doing until you get there. Then they say, oh, well, you need this, well, you need that.
No,
Well, when you were sending me emails, the only email you was concerned about
that
was
wasn't
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh well, I hate to hear that. That's terrible.
Well, have y'all been on cruises before?
I've been on one cruise.
You haven't, Miss Evelyn?
I have
Markeisha
not.
has?
I have not.
You have not either? What is your favorite cruise line?
I only went on Carnival,
Carnival?
and I happen to have all of my identification, so it's a rather pleasant experience.
Oh, that's the only one I've been on so far.
Yeah.
But I want to get on Princess bad.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks like my kind of speed. It
Yeah,
really-
I was planning one for me and my children before the pandemic hit, and then it didn't. Of course, it didn't work out. And then my daughter and I goes to St. Thomas, and she gets on the boat and she gets sick. I said, "Girl, wish
Yikes.
I would have paid
Invested.
for a cruise."
Yeah.
And she has seasickness on the boat.
Oh my goodness.
I say, "Oh,
yeah,
see,
you
God
don't-
knows."
You want no big one. You don't even feel it.
On a cruise, you won't.
You
Yeah.
don't feel it.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, not at
Okay.
all. You don't even realize you're on the water after.
I
I
mean,
mean,
Shane told me you didn't miss nothing because it's overbooked. It's overcrowded.
Oh no.
that was her response to you.
That was one of the ladies that was on there. When I went back to get my luggage,
Okay, you didn't miss
She
nothing.
said-
she left her phone on the ship, so she was waiting on bring. We was all sitting there waiting. I was waiting on to bring my luggage. And she said, "Baby, you didn't miss nothing."
This may be a silly question, but you couldn't get any money back, could you?
because he went all the way up to the day.
And they wouldn't even transfer it.
Oh my god.
That same ship
Oh, it
went
couldn't
back out
roll.
the day that it came in. I said,
And y'all were on Carnival? Okay.
And they wouldn't transfer that.
Well,
Yeah, we're going to Disney.
Yeah,
I'm mad. I'm mad too.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm mad too.
I'm very interested in Princess, and I think it's called MSC. Am I saying that right?
That sound like a military ship.
It's something like that. I've always seen it
Yeah, I've heard
parked
about
next
that.
to us
Yeah.
when we're in Jamaica or Cozumel. And anyway, y'all, I just wanted to lighten the mood a little
Wow.
bit and talk
Yeah.
about something else because Miss Marquisha said she was a little tight. A little
Oh,
tight.
no.
That's what I just started thinking about my mother over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
You got me in my feelings. But you know what we do. You know exactly what we do when nobody don't want to do our money.
Well, I know we used what we do now because we used to tell up some stuff, but what we do now?
Handle it the right.
Put it right back on your card. And don't worry about it no more. Put it right back on your card. Please reimburse me my money.
Mhm, mhm.
And y'all going on your cruise. But the thing that broke my heart was I was distracted, but I don't think you brought it up. Some families opted to go ahead on the cruise and leave some of their family members because they didn't want to waste
Lose
their
their
money.
money. Mhm.
So, and that was heartbreaking to me
Yeah,
to hear.
young
Yes.
guy, I mean, he was 19. You know why they didn't let him on the cruise? He had his birth certificate, and he lost his ID. When they got to New Orleans, he lost his ID.
Oh my goodness.
So guess what he did? He called to the DMV in Houston. They emailed him a temporary driver's license, and he would not accept
Oh
Come
no.
on.
it.
This don't even
It's
sound.
not like he had to drive the boat. We just need to verify identity.
Yes.
Sounds like a whole nightmare, y'all. A whole nightmare, but it's not going to discourage me. I think we're going to Belize and Jamaica. I'm not sure. Lisa's planning it all. We try to get away at least once a year. And it's coming up in November. Anybody want to go with us? We're booking. We're booking everybody. We'll book your excursions and everything else.
Okay.
Y'all come with us. We have a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'll have a new hip by then and I can relax.
When is it?
November 23rd, I believe.
This November?
Yes.
Let's go for Thanksgiving. Go
I
ahead
won't
and take it on the boat.
I won't have a man by then.
Won't have a man. Go by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, take a girlfriend.
You said you won't?
Take Miss
I won't.
Evelyn down
You
there.
don't know that.
Take Miss Evelyn
That's
down there. Miss Evelyn ready. Look at her.
You I got to write.
Go
I got to write another
What you
book.
want for the weekend?
I got to write another book on that. Yes, you will.
Hey, rent you one for the weekend.
Oh, no.
They-
Run a man.
Real man. Real man.
That's
Or maybe I'll go and find it.
How to rent a man.
Publishing right there. Rent a man.
Rent a Man. That's a good book. That's a good book title right there, y'all. Thank y'all for joining in tonight. I know everybody that's tuned in on www.realtalk100radio.com, and everybody that's tuned in on the live feeds are like, he said they was talking about books tonight, and they got me way in Jamaica. What is going on? So I'm gonna
booking
update
trips.
you. We're just booking trips tonight with Marcita. No, I just wanted to lighten the mood right quick and talk a little bit about something off the subject and introduce our guest, introduce our host tonight, Mr. Kenneth Wayne Lattimore, and just lighten the mood. Introduce our guest tonight. But now, with no more further ado, we're going to get on into the show. We've got 3 published authors in the building. We're going to be talking quite a bit about the books tonight until about 9 o'clock. Y'all, please share the video. Please share the video. And for those of you who are on Real Talk 100 Radio, we thank you. We see you, and we appreciate you. Anybody wants to call in, the call-in number is 713-777-9595. If you're on the live feed, it's on the bottom of the screen, 713-777-9595. Let's get to it. Marcita, thank you for coming in tonight. We're going to start out with you tonight. Since you're assembling this team.
Yeah, because Miss Evelyn got a lot to say now.
Oh, yes, yes.
She weaving her seat over.
She got
ready to go.
I had to take her off our page. We have a monetization page.
Oh no.
We're not allowed to curse. But the other pages, we can say what we want to say. So I just shut that one down in case anybody was wondering what I was doing, because they'll take that page away from us and we won't get paid anymore. So we're going to let loose and let you talk the way you want to talk. Miss, but when she went to talking, I was like, uh-oh, let me get her off of here.
Go to commercial?
She ready to, she ready to go.
Did I curse?
No, you
No,
just
You use
another
Ah,
creative
yeah,
word.
nah, I am working on that.
yes, ma'am. That's okay. That's okay. I shut it. That's the only
I'm
page.
even protesting, but I'm working.
All right. We have
Do your thing.
do your thing. Marcita is assembling
Yes.
this team here and got us all here. So let's start out with you. What do you want to talk about tonight? What do you want to let our listening audience know about tonight?
I just want the listening audience to know that there is a publishing company and bookstore that will assist independent Black authors. If you are an author and you have had to publish your own book, you know all of the hard work that goes into it, and you know all of the money that goes into it. What God has allowed me to do through my trial and error is learn some things about the publishing business. And in turn, I have developed the ASPP program, which is the Assisted Self-Publishing Program. In that program, all I'm doing is going through all of those emotions with you, walking you through from conception to inception for your book. It's from the cover, if you need help with the cover, to the print. So whatever you need assistance with, like clients like Marquisha, who pretty much had her book written, all I had to do was edit and, do some little fun, fancy customizations to her features, and wham, bam, we send it to print. So it doesn't matter where you are in your authorship process or your journey. I am there to help you. I have a website where I am featuring an online bookstore. Up till today, I will allow authors to send in their information and I featured them free of charge. So they were able to get a feature on my website, also get their book listed on the webpage. So this is giving those independent authors an opportunity to have more exposure, to create more marketplaces for them to get book sales. And like I said, if you are an independent author, you know how hard the grind is to get your book out there and to do those things that you need to do. I'm just trying to provide a little relief to all of that. And if you are a new author or want to publish your book, please go to hullhousepublishing.com. That's HULL, not Hall, but Hull, HULL, hullhousepublishing.com. Or you can email me at hullhousepublishing@gmail.com. or visit me on Instagram at Hull House Publishing Bookstore or on Facebook, Hull House Publishing and Bookstore.
Spell the website again, please.
HULL
Uh-huh.
OUS
OUSE.
HOUSE, Hull House, I'm sorry.
Oh, Hull House. Okay. Hull House. Okay.
Publishing, PUBLISHING.com.
There you go. I'm going to put it up on the screen for you. Is that correct?
Yes,
HullHousePublishing.com. Y'all go to HullHousePublishing.com if you're interested in what?
In assisted self-publishing, if you want to be featured as an author. Also, it will be featuring artists, independent artists, and independent businesses. So if you have an item that you want to sell, hit me up. Let me know. We'll put it on the bookstore. I have a certain section called Now Featuring, and I call it my Black Excellency Universe. And that is to just celebrate and represent Black excellence. And that is who you are. If you are a self-independent publisher, you deserve to be celebrated for whatever accomplishment you have achieved in this process.
Awesome. Love the way it sounds. I have to back up for just a minute and make fun of Marcita just for a second, y'all. She'll get the joke in just a second, but y'all make sure you go to HullHousePublishing.com. If you're interested, Miss Tasha Scott made a comment earlier. She was interested in getting a book published. Can they give me more information right here on the journey they went through to get the book published? Well, we'll ask that question next, Miss Tasha Scott. But I have to backpedal just a second before I get to Miss Tasha Scott, and I have to go way back up here because somebody was talking to Miss Marcita, and she went back to going to Jamaica with us, and you said you need to get a man first. She said you can find one there.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's what I
What
said,
an
Cecilia.
accent.
Cecilia, I was saying, but maybe I'll just find him there. Who knows?
She went on to say something about Stella got a groove back.
Hey, listen, Cecilia, I will be 50 in October, so it's probably gonna be about that time in November.
to get your groove
When
back.
it's gonna hit, when it's gonna land again.
Yes. So it it might be right on time. But yes, Tasha, go to the webpage and hit me up a message or just email me at hullhousepublishing@gmail.com. I will get the message. We will get you started. I will do you a free consultation. We'll see where you are and then decide where we're going to go from there.
Hopefully, Miss Tasha Scott, hopefully you heard that. And you can call in to confirm that you got all that information, Tasha, at 713-777-9595, and I'll get you right on the call. She said she came back and said, I would like all the information. We'll make sure we get that to you if you didn't get what she just said, Tasha. She said, oh, my God, look at you, something at
You
50.
look GAF at 50.
Thank you.
The GAF. I mean, you look real good.
Real good.
Thank you so much.
GAF
GAF.
at 50.
Wow,
With all
girl.
respect.
Yeah, with respectfully.
She said with respectful.
A couple years ago, I had to ask my teenage daughter what that meant. I know now.
You got it
Yeah,
now.
you got it.
I know now.
I'm over here thinking about publishing my book.
The what?
The Bible of Kenneth Wayne,
The autobiography.
the autobiography of Kenneth Wayne.
What is it?
This is where you go.
Yes.
I have a,
And she already know part of first grade.
That's
So
what I'm talking about. See,
we got one
there
chapter.
you go.
We got one chapter covered.
No,
First grade.
no.
No.
Tasha says she got all the information. That's awesome.
Great.
Thank you, Tasha. Thank you so much.
Look forward to hearing from you.
Mr. Jamelin, is this a woman? Jamelin Moet Watson put a YouTube link up. I'm not sure what that YouTube link is, Jamelin. Please feel free to post it. Go to Real Talk 100 radio station, the group, and post your video. I'm not sure. We can't play it. We can't play it here on. There's no link that I could grab hold to and play your video. Thank you for commenting. Thank y'all so much for the likes, the shares, the comments. Please continue sharing the video. We have already talked about can I call it a publishing house?
Yes.
It just flows so much
It
better.
is. It is.
A-
And that's what we're doing. We're producing Black excellence here.
Amen.
Black excellence. Name the publishing house again.
Whole House Publishing.
Whole House Publishing. I'm gonna put that on my Facebook page. No, no caption, no nothing. Just wholehousepublishing.com, correct?
Yes.
And let people have at it in just a second. We've talked with Marcita Yvette
Chevette.
Chevette.
Close enough.
We talked to Marcita Chevette already, and I screwed up another name on public air, but that's all right. We've talked to her. We'll get back to her in just a minute. Y'all make sure you go and check out Whole House Publishing if you're interested in writing a book.
Writing a book in the process. If you're struggling, if you don't know where to start, the page will tell you all of the different services we have, ghostwriting, editing, formatting, whatever you need. And like I said, I walk you through the process. I understand all of those emotions that it takes to produce a book. So to have someone actually going through that process with you is a wonderful thing because it makes it a little easier.
Mhm.
I
can
had one
imagine.
client contact me. She had all of her stuff done. And so instead of being her publisher, I just became her encourager. And I say, listen, I'm going to check on you, make sure that you publish her book. And she did. And it's
Wow.
out there. I can't
Wow.
wait to feature her on the website and on the social media pages.
That's not me. I need you. I
You need help writing your book, your lifelong story, your autobiography, as Ken Wayne said. If you need someone to hold your hand, someone to walk you through, someone to encourage you all the way through that process, Miss Marcita is the lady to talk to. Make sure you click to wholehousepublishing.com. I put it on the live feed already. Wholehousepublishing.com. I'll put it up there again right now. It's right here, and Tasha Scott put it up there too. I'll just use hers. Great show. Somebody on here, Rodney. Somebody on here is Facebook doesn't like you. Facebook user is your name. She said, "Great show, guys." And I believe that is Lisa because she says dinner is in the oven. All right.
Yes, we'll be there, Lisa.
We got a whole house covered, Lisa. You better have it ready.
We gonna move over there.
I would like to touch on this, getting a book, writing a book myself, on a serious note, because I have a hell of a story to tell. I mean, I was one of them bad kids. I was one of them.
Go to church for go confess live on that.
Oh no. I've been hiding this story for 30 years.
Oh my
You
goodness.
know what I'm talking about?
30 years, I was one of them bad kids. Thank God I never took someone's life, but I was one of them bad kids that you would roll the window up at the stop sign. And now I'm a man.
Right.
I'm living life. I don't have to look over my shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just refreshing to go through life now. I don't have to worry about somebody trying to take my life. I don't have to worry about going to jail. And it's funny because my girlfriend doesn't have a thug bone in her body, but when the police pass by, she's more scared than I am. And it's just refreshing because that's how I used to be. I don't have a seatbelt on, and I got all this stuff in the car, and this. I don't have to live like that no more. But this is
Awesome.
a story that I would like to tell. I've hidden this story because I'm a businessman. I don't want my business associates to be like, "Oh, we can't do business with that guy. He's one of those guys."
Right.
No, but this was 30 years ago. I was 21 years old. I'm 52 now. So if you're not going to do business with me now, I mean, come on, that was 30 years ago. You're going to really hold that against me?
Right.
So that's a story I would love to tell.
Right, get your story out. People don't understand the power of a testimony, and all you writing your story is your testimony. And the enemy tends to make us think that we should be ashamed of our stories, but really, there's power in your story because whenever you
Absolutely.
tell your power and you're transparent, then that let people know, oh, hey, I don't have to be ashamed about what I'm going through. And the word says that they're overcome. We overcome by the words of the testimony. So don't it doesn't matter how many years ago it was. You'd be amazed how people will honor and welcome that because you are brave enough and courageous enough to tell your story.
I've been seeing I've been seeing here lately. A lot of people are telling their stories.
Hmm.
A lot of people are going back behind the walls and talking to those guys and those women and telling them, hey,
And setting them free.
it's not over. Yeah, and
And
setting
setting them free.
setting them free as well.
Yes.
And that inspired me. I'm like, okay, if they can do it, what am I still hiding behind this curtain for?
Right.
And I tell people all the time what I used to do and how I was, and they look at me, not you. And yeah, ashamedly so. But now, God is my witness. 30 years will be over September 26th.
All right.
No more paper,
Yes.
no more reporting, no more nothing. So
Amazing.
it's time for me to tell my story. So
Yes.
I'll probably be talking to you is why I brought all this up.
Absolutely. It would be.
I'm gonna need somebody to hold my hand because I can write now. I can write an essay with the best of them. But I know what a conclusion is. I know what an introduction is. I know what a conclusion is. I know how to build. What do you call
build
it?
the story.
I know how to do all that. But is that the same as writing a book?
What you're referring to is plot, and normally plots are in fiction.
Okay.
But when you're storytelling, in order for it to be a good story, to tell the story well, you do have to kind of put a little bit of those nuances in that as well, because you do have a introduction, and you do have a climax, a rising, and a falling where and then you have your conclusion. So it's similar. It's just that now you're telling your own story, and so sometimes you may have multiple turn of events
Multiple.
and not just one. So but that keeps the reader engaged because they say, okay, hey, he has more than one experience that I can relate to, or I don't relate to that one, but this one, hit me to the core. So
There's
Let's
a
do it.
pastor. Can't you see it coming? You see it coming, don't you?
My dad is a pastor. Shout out to him. Shout out to Bible Fellowship Baptist Church right over here off of the Beltway and Antoine. Right on the edge of Acres Home. I am a preacher's child, and I spent most of my life rebelling.
Okay.
So mom and dad, y'all will be in the book. Because
Quoting you verbatim.
You might need to do interviews.
Yeah.
There are personal interviews in there.
For real.
I put them through holy HE double hockey sticks. Because and this is before we get to our other guest tonight. This is the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour. We're just kicking it with Miss Publishing House.
Yes.
Miss Marcita, if you ever need help getting your book written, I put wholehousepublishing.com on the live feed. All you have to do is click that website and find out anything. If you're interested in writing your own book, your own story, your own autobiography, this is the lady to get with right here. These are two of her authors right here with her tonight. This is what this show is about. And I will say this, and we'll get to our next guests. Yes, I have to get them interviewed or something because they live on a corner house. And it's not an exclusive neighborhood, but it's nice $300,000, $400,000 homes. And that is where I grew up at.
Mm.
Can you imagine
And you out
a
there.
pastor, leader of the community,
My God.
with 10 squad cars, with the sirens on, with the lights on, at that corner lot,
Oh my goodness.
coming into this predominantly white neighborhood? Can you imagine what he felt like, what my mom felt like? I owe them millions of apologies.
Right. And they didn't love you any less.
Right. I will be talking to Miss Marcita.
Yes.
Miss Marcita, wholehousepublishing.com. Y'all check her out. Check her website out. Write your book. Tell your story with wholehousepublishing.com. Let's get to our next guest right quick. This is Miss Marquisha.
You can call me Q.
Q,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, Q?
Not a whole lot.
Talk to me. How did you meet this lady right here?
I met her through church. And so we were, yes, we were on the same ministerial team at church. Shout out to our church in
Hey!
Bryan, Texas.
Fresh Start
It's called
Ministries.
Fresh Start Ministries, Brazos Valley in Bryan, Texas. And shout out to our pastors, Pastors Perry and Carolyn Harris. So we're both ministers at the same church. And then we are both educators. So we taught and coached at Navasota ISD. we taught in English and we coached girls basketball, girls track.
What school did y'all routinely beat up in the 80s?
That was like Brenham, throw in an occasional Madisonville.
You gotta watch out saying put them on that. We got a lot of people that put them on that.
I'm just, you ask. I wasn't gonna bring it up. I wasn't gonna bring it
I'm
up.
just being messy. Go ahead.
But that's so we have a lot of history together, and I would have never thought that with our serving in church, serving in the school, that we would end up serving on this platform and doing this kind of work together. And I knew that I wanted to write books, and I knew that I did not want to publish books. And so it was just so awesome that somebody I knew was getting into something that I was needing. And so just goes to show that you can always be somebody's answer, and you got to be careful how you treat people, because you might be mistreating your answer or the solution
That's
to
good.
your problem. And so thankfully, we've always been good. We've always worked together. She's been a supporter of me. I've been a supporter of her. And so we just partner now to write books and prayerfully to build Whole House Publishing.
Build it together.
Build it together. I'm down like 4 flats.
So
I'm down.
Hey.
since you brought up a team,
Okay.
I got to touch on a sore spot with me, and this is not your fault.
Okay.
Why is it that so many people don't like being on teams and working together and building each other up? What, in your own opinion?
In my opinion, I think that we struggle. Our insecurities make us not want to give credit to other people. And in actuality, the name of the game is finding people who are weak are strong where you're weak, and vice versa. And when you find that, you cover a lot of ground by just finding people who are strong in the areas that you're weak. But nobody wants to give credit. Everybody wants all the credit. Everybody wants all the glory, all the attention, all the fame.
That's it.
But if we only understood, and you better talk to Beef Tips and Rice the next time you see them. We are so much better together.
Come
Yeah.
on.
If I had to choose between a bowl of Beef Tips or a bowl of rice, I would much prefer them together. And so we've got to walk life looking for our rice.
I like that.
We've got to
And
walk.
that's what you'll get in the book.
Beef tips and rice.
Just little tips like that.
Ah,
I mean, if
I
you're a
like
beef
that.
tip and potato person, that works too. But I'm a rice girl. But you got to walk life, whether it's in love, in ministry, in business, and find your rice, and you'll be better together. Like as I stated, I knew I want to write books. I knew I did not want to publish, and she's, at the same season of her life, she's going, I want to give this publishing thing a try. So I found my rice, and I don't have to
That's
look.
your beef tip. You the rice.
Whatever we gonna be.
Beef tip is a little brown.
I'll be
Rice is
the
a little
rice.
All right. I set that one up. I kind of asked for that one. So I found my beef tips
yes,
to
ma'am.
my rice, and so this book, this journey was so easy because she was strong where I was weak. She was proficient where I was insufficient, and so that's the name of the game for life.
Makes life so much easier.
And here's the deal: today's interview is proof that neither one of us lost, because I'm promoting the book and she's promoting the company, and we'll both be blessed through this. So if we could only understand that working together does not take what God has for you, because God knows what he's doing. He ain't going to get our blessings mixed up.
Ooh.
When we understand that, we can get past that not wanting to be a team.
I think you just need to go ahead and tell them how to purchase your book.
All right.
Go ahead and get them
wait
to
a
the
minute.
website.
One time before she go ahead.
All right.
Okay, we got beef tips and rice, but y'all forgetting about the corn.
Yeah. We're not,
Don't y'all leave out the cornbread.
We're gonna get to the
I was
cornbread.
thinking
We're gonna get to the
gravy.
cornbread.
I was thinking gravy myself, but because we got to have something to make it all come
They're
together,
leaving out the corn.
make it all mixed together. Yes. Yeah, we'll take cornbread. You want cornbread or gravy?
I'll be
All right, because they all work together.
That's right. They go
Mhm.
together.
Do,
Yes.
Q, do you know Kimmy B?
Kimmy B. No, I don't think I do.
She
Maybe
is on
Let's
here.
see.
For some reason, Facebook does not like her either, but this is her. Yes,
Okay.
good advice. Praise God. She says, preach.
Kimmy B.
I see her name on my side, but Facebook is not allowing her name to.
Yeah.
Baby, she's up there preaching, is what Miss Tasha Scott says.
Yes,
She's
Tasha,
a-
that's what she does.
Working together is what we're talking about. Teamwork makes the dream work. Tasha Scott said also, and that is so true, so true, so true. But Miss Kimmy B said on right here,
Hello, Kimmy.
what was the hardest part of the process of writing your book?
So for me, this is only hard if you make the mistake I made. I set a timeline for when I wanted my book to be done. And I think that's that's something you should not do, because what I discovered is that there were areas that I had to grow in as a person to be able to write the things that I wrote. And had I rushed that process, the whole last half of this book we wouldn't even have. So I guess the hardest part is dealing with writer's block. When you come to a place where I know I'm not done telling this story, or I know I'm not done with this information, but I don't know what to write next. And so for me, it was just allowing the time and the space, to write the book, and not forcing myself to write a certain amount a day, but rather you just kind of got to wait until you're in the mood for it. It's like working out. I'm not getting up every day going to the gym, but likewise with writing, there are going to be days where you can write all day,
Right.
and then there are going to be days where you know exactly what you want to say, and the pen touches the paper, and I'm like, I don't know where to begin. So give yourself time. I think that was Kimmy that asked that.
Yes.
Give yourself time. When you get to writer's block, don't be afraid. Give it time. Give God time to show you what to write next.
There you have
Yes, yes.
There you have it, Miss Kimmy B. She came back and asked, how do you get through writer's block? You just take a break?
Absolutely.
She-
And I'm a firm believer that God speaks to us through situations and scenarios. And so I would have writer's block, and then I would see a smashed cupcake in a student's
Be
hand,
inspired.
and there was a whole nother chapter to my book. And so you just wait on that inspiration. Whether it's coming from God or perhaps you're working with a team. Give it time. Don't say my book is going to be done by another time, because you don't want to release your baby prematurely. But give it time.
Give it time, Kimmy B, is what she says. Give it time when you have writer's block. And I hear this all the time. We work a lot with music artists, and that's the same thing they say. Don't force it. Don't
Right.
force it. Let it come. Let it flow. Let it flow. And as our advice, and I'm not sure, I'm going through it in my head before I say it, but our advice to music artists, I think, pertains to you too. We tell them to let it flow, and we tell them to, a lot of music artists write about their experiences. And we found that if an artist talks about something he or she has actually been through, whether it's trauma, whether it's happiness, whether it's sadness, no matter what emotion it is, it's easier for them to write.
Absolutely.
Does that pertain to you also?
Yes,
Or
indeed.
or is writing a book? The reason I'm questioning myself, questioning my own question, is because I know from reading that sometimes an actor or what's the word I'm looking for? A character in your book is not necessarily like an actor in a movie. Say Denzel Washington. He has to get out of himself
Mhm.
and become somebody else. So that's why I'm kind of questioning my own question. Do you have to get outside of yourself?
Well,
to
I
write a
think
book?
I think the first thing you have to do is determine the type of book you're writing. If you're doing an autobiography, then you're retelling events that already happened. So you may not have to do that. If you're writing like an informational type of book where you're just providing information, I think what we would have to do is consider the type of book that it is first.
Okay.
Consider the type of book. Am I telling a fictional story? Am I making this up as I go?
Okay.
Or am I retelling my own life story?
Okay.
You know,
So it differs. It differs. Kimmy B is fighting cancer for the third time. Thank you for tuning in, Kimmy B. We're praying for you. Wow.
Absolutely.
Kimmy, we definitely will be
We
praying
will
for
be,
you.
absolutely.
Wow. Third time. I hate that C word. It took my grandmother. Both breasts, and it's just spread to her body. It was a long time ago. It was in the 90s. But I hate that C word.
We
Wow.
definitely commit
Yes.
to praying for Kimmy
Yes.
B. Absolutely.
Kimmy B, thank you for tuning in. She is so
We got you.
inspiring. Kimmy B says you're so inspiring and informative. I don't know. I can't understand why they're blocking her name out, but this is Kimmy B right here. Thank you for joining us, Kimmy B. Thank you, Tasha Scott. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, please continue sharing the video. This is the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour, where we get together every week with other small business owners. Why? Because we love encouraging, empowering other business owners. We love doing that here at Real Talk 100 Radio. There's nothing about a crab in a bucket system here. We want to be the crabs that push the crabs out in hopes that that crab reaches right back in and picks us up out of the barrel. No crab in a bucket talk here. This is the Power Hour. We empower, we encourage every week here on the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour. We've talked to Marcita already. She is the owner of Whole House Publishing. I got it right.
Yeah.
Got it right. Whole House Publishing. Y'all can go check her website out at wholehousepublishing.com. That is HULL house, like you spell house, wholehousepublishing.com. Go check it out if you're interested in writing a book. We talked to her first. We then went to Q. I'm not done with Q yet, but I want to make sure Miss Evelyn down there gets some time in.
It's
Before
cornbread.
we got to get to the cornbread
Yeah,
next.
she just go over it. Well, let Q tell us a little bit about her book before we get to Miss Evelyn.
Okay.
When we get to Miss Evelyn, she gonna set it on fire.
All right.
You know, she
All right.
already striking that.
Okay.
So this book is called Reusable Q-Tips. This is the second volume, but the gist of both of the books is it's I call it a self-help, self-check book, full of advice and revelation and tips. It's meant to be read like a daily devotional. So as you get up each morning, you read the tip of the day. Within about a month or so, you will have completed the entire book. Real easy read, real smooth read that is based upon my experiences as a teacher, my experiences as a minister. I'll share just one tip with you briefly. I got a job a few years ago at Navasota High School. Everybody was telling me, make sure that you don't get room 113 for your classroom. You don't want to be in room 113 for your classroom. And guess what room I got? Get there. They give me room 113. So we go to the first day of school. I'm teaching my class and I'm trying to figure out why everybody's saying you don't want room 113. And sure enough, maybe about 10 minutes into class, right when I was starting the lesson, I figured out what was so bad about the infamous room 113. There, I heard some screaming. I heard some hollering. So I go outside and I'm trying to find this hollering and the screaming, and what I learned is that right beneath room 113 was a place where these cats lived.
Okay.
And so there were these children who would sneak outside and give the cats their breakfast.
Okay.
Well, apparently these kids was absent. So these cats was hollering. These cats were hollering. They were screaming while we were trying to do our work. And the Lord gave me revelation on that. I realized that for us to have a successful class, we had to be able to work with hollering cats. Guys, that's life.
You didn't feed them?
No,
You didn't send Johnny out there to feed. You didn't
No,
send Johnny out
no.
there to
And
feed.
if you,
Johnny
and
gonna
here's
feed
why.
your cat.
Here's why. What I'm here for is so much bigger, and those cats are not my assignment. And so what you'll discover in this book about reusable Q-tips, when you're building what you're building, you have to learn how to work amidst hollering cats.
Yes.
There are going to always be people who have something to say about what you are doing. There's going to always be chatter. There's going to always be, I heard this about him. I heard that about her. She shouldn't be doing this. She stole my idea. She stole my concept. Look at it. It's too small. It's too small. It's too big. It's too black. It's too large. You have to learn how to. You have to learn how to work amidst hollering cats. If you got a radio station, if you
Malcolm,
work
you
in
got
Bluebell, if you're playing
Yeah,
football for
plates.
Brenham,
You got the
Bluebell.
plates.
if you're writing a book,
Huh?
you better make sure
I missed it.
that you
So you got the plate.
you
So
better
you
make
gotta
sure.
pass the plate.
Oh, for the offering?
Yeah, and so to answer your question, that's a
The
great
doors
question.
in the church. Oh,
The
no.
doors of the church about to be open. Just hold on. I'm getting ready to close. I'm hurrying on. I'm hurrying on to my close. But in all seriousness, guys, you got to reach the conclusion when you hear the chatter. Because let me just tell you, if what you're doing is even halfway good, there's going to be chatter. It is coming. And you have to develop the mindset, I'm too busy to be bothered. That's not my assignment. Y'all can, somebody's responsibility is to feed them hungry cats, but it ain't mine. Mine is to teach these children whose parents entrusted them to Navasota ISD. And so let that be your guide as you move forward, whatever you
That's
do.
good.
Outside noise.
That's
Outside
good.
noise,
Man.
man.
Let Peter hear you say that. Nobody don't ever be there. You didn't feed the cats.
Man, no, I didn't. But guess what? There's somebody, if they holler long enough, somebody will engage them. I'm here for what I'm for. So I say that to couples. I say that to married people, to dating people, to college students, to aspiring authors, to business owners. Somebody else will deal with the hollering cats. You have to focus on your assignment and your mentality. If you're trying to build, is I'm too busy to be bothered. So
Woo, I got goosebumps over it.
Yes, yes.
My
I love it.
my partner Lisa is on here cheering you on because this is one of my weak points.
uh-oh.
Because when them cats start hollering, I want to get a baseball bat.
I understand. I
Gotta
understand.
be careful
But you're
not to
too
get
busy.
distracted.
What you're building is bigger.
I know.
You don't
Distraction.
have time to waste. You
That's
cannot
the devil.
you
That's
cannot
the devil.
take your hand off what you're building for somebody that ain't building nothing. You feel me?
Woo!
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. But please stop. She gonna get me. When
I'm
I
done.
get
I'm done. Reusable kids.
I'm just playing. We love what you're talking about, and I know that's a weak point in me. It's a weak point, and I like working. I like looking in the mirror and saying, what do you need to work on? What do you need to work on? I'm not perfect, but I work on my weaknesses, and I know that's one of them because I've always been I'm not always, but half of my life I've been a street kid, and backing down is a no-no.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, and the older I'm getting now, the more I'm realizing you got to back down sometimes. You got to back, especially when you're building something. And you know, most people that are cats and doing all that meowing and hissing are just mad because they're not in your place.
Absolutely.
They can't do what you're doing, so they hissing, and I get it.
Make a lot of noise.
I get it.
Distraction.
Making a lot of noise.
Learn how to not
You know?
be distracted by the noise.
but-
That's good.
Q, is it okay if I control my temper? Can I still hide the bat behind the bed? Is that good? Or
Well, yeah, it's good to have a bat around. I'm sure I got a tip about bats and stuff too.
all right,
You know? Yeah.
all right.
Bats are good. Can I say this?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a website.
Okay.
www.marquishacolbreth.com, and that's my first and last name. That's MarQuisha. Colbreth is CULBREATH. I'm also on all social media platforms, Marquisha Q Colbreth. So you can hit me up there, or you can jump over to my website to get a copy of reusable Q-tips. Again, that's at my website, www.marquishacolbreth.com.
Just to make sure, I have www.marquisha, which is MarQuishaCulb, and I have two E's. Oops.
BRE
B-R-E.
breath.
breath.com. That is go to MarquishaColbert.com. I'm
You
about
just can't say that.
Quisha. That's where the Q come from.
Quisha.
Marquisha.
Yes.
Marquisha Colbreth.
I got it now.
You got these teachers in there, boy. Got
We sounded it out.
Do mine like that. Do mine like this.
I didn't even realize until he said it.
We were all going,
All of us.
that's it.
What's the name of the book again?
Reusable Q-tips Volume 2, and there is a Volume 1 that's available also. This is just the latest release.
I want the audio.
It's
I
available.
just like hearing you talk. I want the audio.
There is a
You got me
reusable Q.
fired up over it. Got me want to go home and work.
Man, no,
Praise the Lord.
no badge to the cats. If you go to Amazon and you can search reusable Q-tips,
Mhm.
the audio book, it's available.
So I can listen to you.
You can listen to me every day.
I'm more audio person.
Go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube. Search Marquisha Colbert. I'm on there saying something.
Yeah.
I'm on there saying something.
Q is a famous recording artist also.
Well, let me plug this in. While you get
Yeah,
it
go
together.
ahead and
I
plug.
am a part of a gospel group, a international gospel group, recording artist, Unity of Navasota, Texas. We recently released a new album back in March that is titled He'll Answer. So if you go to all of the digital media outlets, you can find Unity of Navasota. That is a gospel group that I'm a part of. So, yep.
Yeah.
Plug.
Plug.
Might want to go ahead and move to somebody else because I can plug something else. Since we're plugging, no, just kidding.
Let's plug it in. We talk about that all the time, being the plug.
Yes.
And it's funny, we talked about teamwork, we talked about being the plug. Sometimes teamwork develops that plug. It grows the plug.
Oh,
It puts
yes.
the plug all the way together.
Networking.
Different components make the plug.
And helping.
And
Yes.
so I'm glad you brought that up.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Absolutely.
That's why we here.
Marquisha is who we're talking to right now. Miss Marquisha, I got it right.
All right.
Miss
Pronouncing those.
Ooh, look at
Big
baby,
words.
baby, see,
Him did it.
Him
Him
did make it sound.
did it. Him did it.
Ha! When you're feeling limited, afraid, stagnant, unappreciated, or broken, reach out and get you this book. Go to her website, Miss Marquisha Colbreth.
Mhm.
Go to her website, www.marquishacolbreth.com. I have it right here on the screen on our live feed. Y'all go to her website if you're feeling limited, broken, afraid, stagnant, unappreciated. She wants you to know that you can reuse her Q-tips. Correct.
Yes.
Reuse
Thank you.
her Q-tips. Published author, and she is
Songstress.
also a songstress. She is also under the umbrella of
Whole House Publishing.
Hull House Publishing. I be trying, but it keep running
See how
way
we-
back here to the back of my head.
That's that teamwork, though. We saw you getting
Yeah,
weak, bro.
yeah.
We saw you.
She is
To help you pull them words.
she is a teammate of Hull House Publishing. Y'all go to hullhousepublishing.com also and find out more information. This is Q, y'all. Q is her name because that whole name is beat me up tonight.
No problem.
Oh
She
yeah,
was
and her
fine.
book is on the website as well.
Okay, on
Whole House
Hull
Hull
House
House
also.
Publishing.
Okay, go check that book out. I know a lot of us are feeling limited. I feel limited all the time. Can't say I'm broken. Not afraid of much. Never stagnant. Never feeling unappreciated. I mean, but I do feel limited sometimes because we do so much. So yeah, I'm sure this book will do me a lot of good in that area alone. Limited because of the resources we have. That's the only reason I feel limited. Marquisha, before we give the microphone to Miss Evelyn, is there anything else you wanted to say?
Well, I just want to remind you guys, www.marquishacolbert.com. You can go to hullhousepublishing.com, and hopefully you'll find the inspiration that you need for the direction that you want to go for your life there.
Reading reusable Q-tips was a refreshing blessing to my soul, with vivid lessons that allowed personal reflections. An educator, I won't say her name on air, but an educator wrote that about the book. A doctor, I won't say her name as well out of respect. Reusable Q-tips is insightful, thought-provoking, and inspiring. Marquisha has a gift for communicating a deep message in an easily read, accessible manner. I highly recommend her work to anyone seeking guidance in a complicated world. These are a couple of the reviews that are written on the back of the book. The name of the book is Reusable Q-Tips. And I made a joke about it earlier. For all of you other ladies and gentlemen and kids that leave your Q-tips around, you need to get some of these reusable ones.
Yeah.
that
Right
you can-
on.
yeah. Just an inside joke here, y'all. We've talked with Marcita, the publisher, Miss Publisher of the owner of Hull House Publishing. I'll get it right, ladies, before the night is over with. Hull House
Just
Publishing.
point to him.
Hull House Publishing.
Mark you us.
It's your part.
It's your cue.
Hull House Publishing.
Okay. You might have a job.
Go to wholehousepublishing.com and also go to Marquisha Colbreth.com and find out more information. We're going to get to Miss Evelyn next. And Miss,
There we go.
I'm not even going to lie.
There she is.
I'm not even going to lie. I've been itching for this part.
Yeah.
I've been itching for
I'm
this
pretty
part
excited about it too.
Yes.
because
Yeah, we got the cold bread coming up.
I initially thought you were just cutting it off at that. We're messed up, and it's just the black woman's fault. And I was like, ooh, she gonna be in trouble. But you got here and you explained it in detail. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, this phone is gonna blow up
I don't know.
tonight.
There's a method to the madness.
There's a method to you just wanted us in the room on the hook with the title. But we are with Miss Evelyn. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let our listening audience know about this book that I've been itching to talk about all night.
And I'm going to disappoint you briefly
Okay.
because I really feel more than obligated to talk about Hull House Publishing.
Okay.
And I'm going to accept some things or brag, I'll say, on myself. I believe I'm the first client. I'm not sure. But I think I am.
Okay.
So again, I want to say, and I've heard a word that even promoted me and prompted me to know that what I'm saying is what I'm supposed to be saying.
Yes, ma'am.
And we talked about the dream team, and
Yes,
we
ma'am.
also are answering Tasha Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am going to enhance what some of the questions I'll say that not only Ms. Scott might have, but other people who are looking to publish books or whatever their work is, poetry, whatever it is. There is an avenue that doesn't cost you a ton of money. Now, I'm not going to say or try to tell you that you're going to pay this or you're going to pay that. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying, whatever you have to pay, you will be getting a whole lot more than what you get.
Absolutely.
A whole lot more. And I'm talking about there are no disappointments. I'll have to say that there are no disappointments. Now, I'm saying that based on what? Based on when I wrote the book in earlier years, which was in 1991. This book was published. And what happened? I sent out a real cruddy copy of my dreams, I'll say,
Oh my goodness.
because I had paid people to do the work. And I've learned don't pay all your money before you get the product.
Right.
But those were learning curves and things that I endured. And I sent out a cruddy copy of the book just because I was so determined to get the book out. But again, 30 years later, look at God.
Look at it.
Look at God.
Yes, ma'am.
She come.
And the now she ain't gonna give she tried to get a little misty, but you know, and even if I
Come
do,
on with it.
it's well worth whatever comes out, whatever emotion comes out. It's more than worth it. I'm 74 years old.
My
My
God.
goodness. Wow.
I
Beautiful,
realize
beautiful.
that what an accomplishment
74.
Come on.
a black woman,
Yeah.
74 years of age,
Yes.
and I owe it all to it. I've given her a new name. I call her the Dream Merchant.
Oh my goodness.
She is my dream merchant, and I know that
Marcita?
with God being no respecter of person, I think that anyone who really wants their dreams to come true in the area of authorship in any capacity, she's the one to see. Her
Absolutely.
house printed is where you want to be. And especially if you have been disappointed as a Black person, I've been disappointed as a Black woman. And I'd like to say that this Black woman, my dream merchant, never disappointed me.
I
As a
second.
matter of fact, she's given me more than I could have ever expected.
Mhm.
Talking about above and beyond all that I could ask or think, she did it. And this is just the beginning.
Right on.
So now I will go into my book, my dream,
All right.
which is, as we know, entitled Black Men Are No Good If So. Because I got tired of hearing, okay, let's let them be no good. But if so, why? Now I am also aware of the blame game. I am not in favor of the blame game in no way, shape, form, or fashion because I know where it began. But this is the exception that I make because I do not believe that Black men in America have had the privilege of being as free as he could and should be in America. Now, what am I saying? Is he a sissy? No, I ain't saying that because he is my hero. He has endured whatever you can think of. They have cut his genitals off. They've cut him in pieces. They've put him in cages. Not saying that that didn't also happen with the Black women, but here's what I think about the white man. I think that the white man. Now, I worked in corporate America, and I, in observation of the white man. I worked in that tower, that Williams Tower. It was the Transco Tower at the time. But there's a set of elevators you get on, and you go from 1 to 51. And what I learned about white men, and I am a Southern girl, so I'm going to say Southern white men since I've not observed the men from the North or any other direction. But one thing that I noticed, and it happened on more than one occasion, is that I would be the only woman waiting amongst a group of white men with suits, briefcases.
You sound like my dad.
And they would not get on that elevator until I did. Oh, what a courtesy.
Okay.
But when I got in the elevator, my thoughts were these same men who were courteous enough to allow me first dibs into the elevator
Mm-hmm.
are also the same men that would rape me and kill me and beat me or do anything that they could do as long as it's not seen. Those were my thoughts every time. And I did feel some type of violence, that inner man. And I'm sure that there was someone or someones in those suits that were probably fulfilling my thoughts with their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't prove it. But again, we have a lot of public record that shows us what has happened and what continues to happen. Now, again, going back to the book, why do I say that it is the Black woman's fault? I say that because we have been intentionally separated. We are intentionally divided. We are intentionally pitted one against the other. We are intentionally deprived of knowing who we were. And I'm not going to say we have been deprived, but again, somehow or another, I blame myself because I am a baby boomer. And I believe that the baby boomers let down a whole generation or two because we came in on that freedom ride, I'll call it. That freedom where you can, well, Lyndon Johnson signed into office the 1964 Civil Rights Bill, I think it's called. And that was where you cannot discriminate when whatever race or nationality comes to apply for a job, you have to hire them. No ifs, ands, or buts. But what I saw and what I became a part of was seeing the black man going and applying for a job that he was qualified for more than the female, but they always hired the female more often than not. So again, as time progressed, I became one of those women. That's why I say what I say, because I've been there. You can't tell me what to do. I make more money than you. Designed to separate. And I think that not only that, but it's so many other things. Our men have endured our accusations of you're not this, you're not that. And we have to look at everything that has been taken away from black men, and they are still standing without our help. They're doing this by themselves, and I do believe that the only way that the black man can rise above the circumstances of, see, nowadays they are, somebody asked me the question the other day about how I felt about the shootings and the killings of black men. And I'd also like to add black women now, because the black woman is no longer of use to the white man. He has already accomplished the dastardly deed of separation that was already intended from day one. We have to remember that our freed black ancestors were brought to this country not to be citizens. They were brought to this country to be slaves. And the intention was forever. But thank God that there are people, there are spirits that walk around to help us. And I don't want anybody to listen to what I'm saying and think that I'm racist or that I don't like people of other color. I am black. So I am going to stand up for what I've seen as a black woman. And I do not think that we should continue to tolerate it. Never are you going to hear a white woman saying what I'm saying about her man. Ironically, in a test that was conducted, it was a white man who was tall and a black woman who was also tall. But in the study group, they asked the audience, well, do you see a difference? Well, the white man was white, and of course the female was black. And he was asked, well, how do you feel about the color of your skin? He said, I don't even think about it. So again, but you think a black man does not think about the color that he is? Also, during the same example of what is going on, the tall black woman said this when she was asked, how did she feel? And she said, I've never said this publicly, but I have 2 children. They're both girls. And each time I was pregnant, I prayed to God that I would not have a male child. And her reason being was because I don't. Now she went straight to, she didn't do any ifs, ands, or buts. She went straight to saying, I don't want to witness what will happen to him while he's here. And I don't want to witness when he's no longer here. Here's a mother speaking about her child leaving the planet before she does, simply because he's a
This
black
gender.
male in America.
Wow.
True story. True story. But horrible in thought. So again, why did I write the book? Really, for the attention. But again, the black woman is also in trouble. She has been used as a tool against the black man, and she is no longer of need. That's why more black women are being killed without an apology. Because we don't need her anymore. What we wanted to accomplish has been done. Separation and division. I heard two black men with a YouTube channel, and I used to watch them pretty good. And one day I heard them say that God sent COVID.
I've heard that too.
And I was through with them.
I heard
I
I heard that nonsense too. That's crazy. Isn't it?
I was through with them. I really thought they had something going until they said that. How could you? And they profess to be in Christ, followers of God. Oh my goodness, what God are you following? That is, God is a God of unity. Why would he send division? Oh yeah, you can go and get your little scripture that says, I didn't come to bring unity, I came to bring a sword. Understand what you're reading.
Amen.
But again, COVID is not from God. If anything, though, it didn't come from him, but he's going to make a blessing out of it.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we have many, many stories that will attest to the fact that God
I'm a
didn't
COVID
bring it.
blessing.
So,
I published my first 2 books during COVID.
During COVID. During COVID.
There are so
Me too.
many stories that have come together, and yeah, we want to hear the bad ones, but again, we must come together as a people. But right now, I'm not reaching out to anybody else other than black women. Now, is there anything against any other women? I don't really know, nor do I care right now. Because that's not the call. The call is to women. Help your man. The reason why a lot of women don't have a man is because they become the man.
Come on.
Well,
It's another book.
well,
But again,
man, look,
but again now.
that is on my timeline every day. I'm
It's
sorry.
heavy.
I had to. It's on my timeline every day,
It is.
and I try to bite my tongue. I'm like, because half of me, I see what they're saying, and half of them is like, shut up, because I'm always the one that gets attacked.
But when we think about what she's saying, I never even got that insight until I read the book, and I was like, it's true.
Mhm.
Whether we realize it or recognize it or not, I think that we as black women have been used as a pawn against the progress and the advancement of our black men. And the reason why I say that now is because now I see when they removed them from the household way back during the slavery time. And, and that unit has always been missing the head. And then we move along a little further and we start getting rights. And then they say, okay, well, we'll give you benefits if the head is not in the household.
Wow.
And so they went
Yeah.
from the injustices of slavery and bondage to now they are killing
Go ahead.
the black man. So
Target
it's like things.
She said,
Target practice.
practice.
Yes,
I
basically
got it.
they are finding new ways to try to keep the black man in bondage. And yes, I'm a little outraged now that me myself as a black woman haven't stepped up a little more and say, hey,
Thank you, sir.
that I could have done more because I'm
Yes.
one of those independent black women.
Wow.
I've been through 2 divorces, and it's because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. But that doesn't mean that as black women why did we allow ourselves to advance and not be yoked with our man to make sure that he's advancing as we're advancing?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Unit.
Yes.
Amen.
Right. It takes a team, and we talked about that earlier. It takes a team, and it's hard to be a team when the system
Right.
is against teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And a lot of people,
Wow.
a lot of people have just now become aware of when COVID hit and the freeze hit and all that stuff hit. A lot of people who were actually doing okay came to realization when they went to get the help,
Mm-hmm.
the food stamps and the
Oh, yeah.
whatever,
The
the government
unemployment, yes.
assistance.
Mhm.
That man,
We'll
that
give you
man
that.
did nothing.
We'll give you that assistance if the man's not there. And
That's
it was
right.
like,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
what did they just say?
Right.
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 We've been trying to tell y'all this, yeah, but
Right.
y'all ain't been listening. But now it's come full circle,
Mhm.
and now more people are seeing it
Right.
for what it is. It's the truth, and it's been hidden in front of people so long that they've been kind of hypnotized by it.
Right.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
It's hidden right in your face.
Mm.
You know,
We have
wow.
become immune
racism,
to.
racism is gone. No, it's just been put down in front of you for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years as the norm.
Right.
So it's not racism, it's masked,
Mm-hmm.
right? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was done.
Let me say something.
Yes.
Something I was researching. I was looking at the news yesterday, and they were talking about the docks in California,
Mm-hmm.
about the ships. And they were talking about there's going to be another backup. So somebody on my Facebook timeline made a post. It was like, you know why? And we were just saying about COVID,
Mm-hmm.
because it allowed the black man to sit down and evaluate himself.
Oh yeah.
So now we own more businesses than anybody.
Oh yes.
So guess what? They have nobody to work.
No, right.
Have y'all
because
realized
everybody's
that we
working for themselves?
That's
right?
right.
Have y'all
You know what
realized
I'm
that this is the
Mhm.
first time in history that we've had this many black billionaires on the list? I mean, there's what 15? That's crazy. Like
COVID
remember
allowed
when
us
it
to
was only
stay home.
Oprah?
That's right.
Remember when it was just only Oprah
Right.
back in
Yes.
the day?
Yes.
She was the only billionaire that we knew and that we could relate to. Now we
That's correct. That's correct. It allowed us to sit at home when they shut it down
Well,
and started.
with nothing to do. You couldn't go to work. So you have to figure out what you was going to do.
But let me educate y'all a little bit about that. Okay, so black businesses started booming, and one of the industries that began to boom was transport. Everybody was going to buy a truck because that's my next business.
They raised
So-
that.
Yeah, everything went up.
That.
Everything. I kid you not. Everything doubled and tripled in price because it became so saturated with independent black people owning these businesses that now it's 3 times the amount to buy a truck. Three times. I mean, gasoline went up. Everything. So it's like they're gonna always try to put something
There's
to
no
work
excuse.
against us.
They
Yes.
give you food stamps during the pandemic, and now you can't go in the store and buy meat.
double and
Now,
triple.
yeah, double.
Double
the
and
amount.
triple. Send you
Yeah.
the
Joe
chain.
Biden giving us stamps.
Yes.
What
But now you
can
can barely afford it.
Somebody posted a picture. Hold your thoughts. Somebody posted a picture earlier of the big. I used to get them all the time. The big pack of eggs. They're about this big.
Mhm.
Them
Oh
things
yeah,
Them things used to be
$5 now.
They showed the price. It was the price line. It was $16.
No,
Oh.
that's not lying.
Eggs.
They're not the big box.
The double.
Yeah. The crate.
box.
I own a
Yeah,
cake
that's
business.
right.
You ain't gotta tell me. I feel it.
What did it used to?
Wow.
What was
I feel it. I own a cake business.
Everything
I feel
is
it.
more
Is
expensive.
it $16 now?
$16
I don't know.
for
I
a
just
double-
know
for
the-
a double pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to buy the double pack
Mhm.
for the cake. Buy the
Mhm.
double pack. $16. And
Wow.
they was 6 in Walmart.
That's
We
what
go to Walmart and get them
But
for 6.
$6.
That's what she
Yep.
said.
Now they 16.
Wow.
That's what she
Everything
said.
costs.
I wish I could show y'all the picture. I can't
But it's
remember. Who posted.
divided because everybody owns a business.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
So they're gonna make you struggle.
We'll make
I mean,
you go back in the
people own
house.
restaurants.
Right.
Yeah,
Food
Look at
trucks,
yeah,
Catering-
food trucks now.
catering services on the
Yes,
rise.
yes, and now the food. Yeah,
But
a
what's
lot of
that shit?
restaurants.
They stopped making cows. The cows stopped having babies.
No, they ain't
What?
stop.
So why is the price of meat? Just like
They
Lil
stop-
Boosie said. Lil Boosie said they got all these thighs. What happened? They quit making wings.
Yeah.
You know, for a while there was no wings.
No wings.
So when you
Yeah,
grow
there was
chicken,
no
they
wings.
grow chickens that's
With no
handicapped
wings?
with no wings.
No wings.
You know,
I doubt that very
that's
serious.
right. Now you can walk in HEB, you couldn't get the little winghead drummers nowhere.
Mhm, not
So
yet.
you had to order them online on the internet. Now you walk in HEB, they falling off the shelf. What happened? They start growing chickens again.
Yeah.
It's
It makes no sense.
Now the price of meat is going up because the farmers got no hay, so they got to feed their cows feed. So that makes the price of meat go up.
right.
It makes it. None of it makes much sense whatsoever. But we are with Miss Evelyn Pierce. Name your book again.
The name of the book is Black Men Are No Good. If so, it is the Black woman's fault. And of course, when you go inside, you begin to understand exactly what I'm saying, because I'm not saying anything that is to beat us over the head, because I include myself, but I am speaking from experience, and I am speaking from what I've seen transpire throughout the years and continues to transpire. There are some things that I am really heartfelt upset about. In a lot of ways, I am going to be one of the people who is going to say that when something could have been done for Black men, it was not done.
Mhm.
And I am holding accountable and responsible the president that we had for 8 years, that not one iota of anything for Black men that could have been changed
Ouch.
was changed. Nothing.
Ouch.
So again, this is also Evelyn Pierce saying, I really don't think we had a Black president. And
Ouch.
we have not had a Black president to this day.
It hurts me to my core when I hear people say, but it's evidently true. I mean, it hurts me to my core when I hear people say Trump did more than Obama.
And I heard President Trump,
But it's-
former President Trump said this. He said, Black people ought to be mad as hell at Barack Obama because he did nothing for them.
It hurts to hear it, but it's true. I mean, I've researched and I'm like, man.
Nothing.
I mean,
So
he
again,
he had us thriving.
Tasha says no Black people in Popeyes.
It's nasty. Everybody wants to go.
Oh, churches too. Oh my God.
I don't
Churches
even see
is-
no.
I-
You don't see them no more.
Come on in here, girl. We got a
Girl,
chef
you a
line.
mess. You a mess.
Tasha Scott, thank you for joining in tonight. Y'all, please continue sharing the video all over the world. We want everybody in the world to know about these 3 books we're discussing tonight. We started out. I'm sorry, these 2 books.
and I didn't do my website, so when you
Yes, ma'am.
get ready,
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We're discussing the publishing house that has published these books, and I have to go to my notes to make sure I don't mess it off. Whole House Publishing.com. WholeHousePublishing.com is what we started tonight on. Publishing, if you're interested in writing your own book, your own story, your own life, your own
Yes.
anything about your life that you want to write about, make sure you go to Whole House Publishing, y'all. WholeHousePublishing.com to find out more information. I put it in the comments on a live thread. It's WholeHousePublishing.com. HULL housepublishing.com. That's how we started tonight. Then we moved on to the book Reusable Q-Tips, y'all. You're going through feelings, you're going through emotions where you're feeling limited, you're feeling broken, you're feeling stagnant, you're afraid, you're feeling unappreciated. This book is for you. It's called Reusable Q-Tips, written by Miss Marquisha Q. Colbreth. Y'all go to her website also. It's go check it out at marquishacolbreth.com. marquishacolbreth.com. I have her website on the live feed also. Last but not least, we're talking to Miss Evelyn Pierce right now. She says, black men are no good. If so, it's the black woman's fault. And she wants you to read this book to understand exactly what she's trying to say. Black women don't take it personal. She's saying it's a systematic thing. It's not your fault. We were raised this way. A lot of us don't know what we were trained to do until, as Miss Marcita has already said, she realizes now she could have said more. She could have done more in two failed marriages with two black men, right?
Yes.
And she even realized that she could have done more. She could have said more. So don't take this personal. But Miss Evelyn Pierce says that black men are no good. She's not saying they're no good. She's saying that this is what everybody's saying. Black men are no good. If so, it's the black woman's fault. And she wants you to read this book to find out why it's the black woman's fault. Don't jump down her throat until you read what she's trying to say. She's trying to say what everybody else has been saying. Systematic racism has blinded black folks, white folks, Hispanic folks, everybody. Systematic racism. What is systematic racism, Malcolm? Systematic racism is when somebody puts it in your face and lulls you to sleep with it, and you think it's innocent. Oh, they've been doing that since I was 2. Okay, that doesn't mean it's not racist. And I have a very diverse list of friends. I have blacks, I have whites. I grew up my first 10 years of life in Fifth Ward. My dad moved me out of there I was about 6 when him and mom got divorced. He moved me to South Post Oak to try to get me out of Fifth Ward. When I turned 10, 4 years later, he moved me out here to get me away from Southside, to get me away from Fifth Ward. I kept running back to Fifth Ward. That's how I got in trouble. Anyway, I told you all that to tell you that I have a very diverse group of friends. Some of them are still in the hood, and a lot of them out here. And when I speak to the ones out here, they like, you crazy. No, you need to listen. A lot of conservative whites are my friends. I call them friends. And my black friends are like, why are you friends with them racist men? Because they don't understand. I'm trying to teach, what they say, reach one, teach one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach them.
That's right.
They don't understand. They've been lulled to sleep. They don't understand that you're not racist. You're not a racist person, but you've been raised to be one, and you don't even know it. Is that what your book is saying?
That it is saying that, and not exactly in that caliber. It is just laying out the tricks, and I'll say, and I will give a little bit more of detail in the book, because again, when I really felt prompted to write this book, and I do believe that it is God inspired. And I know a lot of people have trouble with the God thing, and God told me this, God told me that. Well, I'm believing that He did, because, and this is my second book, and my first book, Sister Marcita and Hull House, is going to present that in its finest form. And I do want to go back to Hull House for a moment. I mean, I came absolutely naked, pretty much. The cover, everything you see, she did it. There was no fretting. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna do your cover." There was just so much love in it, so much willingness, and I'm always, and I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna tell it to her face. She was doing so much till I was always waiting to hear her say, "I'm gonna leave with this more money." I'm serious. I am serious.
She never said it though.
Never.
That's love right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a spin right now. How did I get here? What? I'm here. The book is out. What? She laid it on me like that. I got your book. Your book went through. So and so and so went through on the first time. So, and your copies are coming. How many you want? What? And you're gonna be on? She never told me. I trust her that much when she said, August 2nd, are you available? Yeah, I'm available. I didn't ask where we going. None of that, because I trust her. She's not going to lead me to a ditch and we both fall in it. But again, the essence of the message, going back to what you're asking, it's not a beat over the head. It's about, hey, this is why you might reconsider. This is where your man is. You left him.
Mhm.
This is where your guy is, your Boaz, your whatever. This is where he is. He's in your feelings.
Mm.
He's waiting on you. But we've driven our men away in a way that they don't even know where to go for nurturing. No, we're not
Wow.
going to be somebody's
That's deep.
mother,
Wow.
but we're going to be. This is what I believe.
Talk to
I believe that a woman and a man, whichever the occasion is, I think that a man should be able to be everything that his woman needs. He should be father. He should be mother. He should be son. He should be whatever it takes at the moment. And I feel that it should go the same way with women. If he needs a mother at the time, be that mother.
Mhm.
That's not his permanent state. You are the one that he said I do to, or you are the one that he says, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So it's up to us to do whatever is necessary at the moment to make sure that he's happy or to make sure that she's happy. Otherwise, there is really no reason to be together.
Right.
If there's not going to be a happy union, if we cannot again sit down and reason together, no, go on. Because that's not going to happen.
No.
But again, this is one of the things, because I'm trying to figure out how to make this thing really happen in reality. I've heard it in conversations throughout the years. Over 30 years, all we've done, Black people, is talk. No action.
Yeah.
I don't want to just talk. It's time out for talking, and we need to do something. Something needs to happen. And this is what I came up with. Since we've done all of the talking, and again, another divisive trick. Once upon a time, as brother was saying about, he went to Fifth Ward. I was born and raised in Fifth Ward. But it was a community
Yes, ma'am.
once upon a time.
Yes, it was.
If you had one penny, no pennies, a million pennies.
Everybody
We were
worked
all
together.
right there together.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the enemy has separated us because we got a little tricked into believing that separate but equal and equal rights. And I want to live over here. I want to live over there. I want to live where a white man lives. Yeah. And look what it has gotten.
Yes.
It causes us to lose our men. And that, again, Black women, is the goal. To white, although it's never going to happen. That's why the Black man is so resilient, and he is my hero because he bounces back every time. Whatever they put on him, he's like, oh, is that all you got? That all you got? And that is what the Black woman can support him. He's already strength by himself.
Yes.
And if we come in there with our strength and get some rest, we're supposed to be able to rest in our man. And he's supposed to be able to rest in us. But we have become, again, so opposite ourselves of what we are really here for and what we were designed to do. He says, when a man takes a wife, I'm talking wife now,
Mm-hmm.
they become what?
One
One
flesh.
flesh.
Mhm.
One.
And
There is
he
no
also said
separation.
cleave.
Yeah.
Cleave.
When a
To, yeah.
man takes a wife, he's gonna
So a
leave
lot of
his
people,
mother
a lot of couples
and
say, I'm
father.
not his mom, I'm not his father, but he said you're supposed to
All
leave your
right.
mother and father and
Talk,
cleave
Talk.
to your. So yeah, you do
Talk,
become.
sister.
I don't think that he would give you that word and say that you need to cleave to them if he wasn't expecting you to become
fill a void.
Go ahead,
to become
go
that
ahead.
that
Amen.
position, that role.
Amen.
Let's back up for just a second. Miss Tasha Scott is adding what Trump did for us, and do y'all agree?
Amen.
Do y'all agree that they were just adding the racist stuff, or do you think he was a bit racist? What do y'all think? Trump, I'm saying.
I prefer not to.
I don't
Not to-
have
not to
any
go there?
comments.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't want to go into the political stuff.
No political stuff.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. I want to be the elephant in the room for a second because I love my black women. I love them. But we're touching on something that's near to my heart. And it's something that you might not know about. I had issues kind of like Marcita had. Well, I had a failed marriage. Love my black women to death. But I was getting it. I was getting it. And I'm feeling it. And I'm like, you know what? I got a white woman now. Let's talk about that. What are your feelings on that?
I have
Is it
pros.
wrong? Is it right? Is it
I have pros and cons, and I think that both are well within their rights of why I have them. First of all, I'd like to say love is where you find it. So I don't really cater to that.
okay?
But again, I am looking from both aspects. I'm black. He's black. You're black. We're married, or even we can just be friends because I think friendship is also akin to marriage. But again, how am I going to really relate to my man of another culture or another race when we're having some moments of
Discord.
disagreement, yeah, and discord. So that's the only time that I have a little problem. I'm not going to say that I don't believe a woman of non-black descent can feel a black man. I'm not going to say that because again, love is love. And I think that when we decide to go out of the race, as they call it, I think that we have to look at all of that. And even though we'll make the choice to do so, I think we still have to sit down. I think it's a matter of, hey, look here, you know that I am not whatever the race is, and vice versa. So let's get this together right now before we really get too far involved in the relationship. Let's come to some agreements right now. And I think that is the only thing that I would critique is to make sure that he understands me and vice versa.
Right.
We're not. But
Right.
I think that male and female of any race, any nationality, have same commonalities. I mean, you're a man. I'm a male, a female. Does the color or the race really matter? Now I've heard other arguments about how well, and I think it's a good argument too about how black people are the only people who don't have communities. We are well. When we can go to Chinatown. We can go to
Mhm.
anybody else's town,
Mhm.
but the only
Well,
way
we're trying
they
to
know
fix that.
where
Trying to
we
fix it.
are is MLK exit right here.
Right.
Some have Malcolm X, but again, that is where the line is somewhat drawn, and so that's my only holdback. I've even had people who were of other races, men of other races who liked me and would like to have gone further, but I knew, like, no, because further on down the road, something gonna happen and you gonna. Well, I mean,
It wasn't down one of them ones on that elevator. I feel you had a little something with somebody on that elevator.
So
That's not up to
that's-
the first floor.
That's
Long ride.
that's why they let
That's a
on.
long ride. That's why they let you on first.
That's why they let on first.
Yes.
They want to look at them hips.
Oh, speaking of hips, y'all can't see it in the shirt, but again, now on the same elevator, on the same bank of elevators. Now these were the men with the briefcases and the suits. Now one day I got on the elevator with some young bucks, young white bucks, and they thought I was stupid. Look here. Now but his friend was stupid because his friend, he's trying to tell his friend about my breasts, you know. He trying to tell his brother, look at them big old, you know. And he ain't getting it.
Right.
He missing more.
He ain't clicked yet.
Look here. I really wanted to laugh because it was good. It was good. I cannot let him see me laugh, but that was funny as heck. You know, he tried to tell it. Look at me. I think he said something about Coke bottles or, you know, something. And his friend, I'm telling you, was so stupid. He
Didn't get it.
didn't get it.
Didn't
But
get it.
again, that even proved my point that these guys saw me as an object. Because they, you know, and then for real, I mean, I am proud of my breasts. And they are large, you know, and then I'm 74, so, you know, it's not like the young girls now, you know, they have them all rounded up. I still got points, you know. Yeah, I got bullets.
She got bullets.
You go, Miss Evie.
Yeah, but, you
Come
know,
on, we make this devil out here for turning that radio. Yeah. It is
but
after
again,
dark.
I'm
man.
so speechless. I'm so speechless.
Marquisha don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say.
We are
I just
discussing.
watched this train go.
no, you just proud of that.
We are discussing empowering.
Bullets.
Bullet.
I didn't mean to take it down.
Cokes and bullets.
I didn't mean to start.
And another thing that I will tell my senior citizens is after you get a certain age, you get too old to be embarrassed, so you can get away with it. Just say I'm old.
Yeah,
You know,
I couldn't have
that's
said
get out
that.
of jail free cop.
Just get old.
Oh, just blame it on my age, baby. You know, yeah.
Back in the day, Miss Evelyn was
I
something, wasn't she?
I didn't eat my breakfast this
Back in the
morning.
day, Miss Evelyn was something, wasn't
Man,
she? She still
on
something.
the elevator.
Wow.
We have definitely, Miss Evelyn has definitely shocked our co-guest tonight. Miss Courtney
My
Lyons.
face is just.
Miss Courtney Lyons has a show on Real Talk 100 Radio. It's called What Up Radio. It airs every Thursday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. She's on here busting up about them bullets she got there, Miss Evelyn.
As long as she ain't got the gun, she all right.
Courtney.
Pop.
Yeah.
Courtney goes back also.
Say they rounded now. She.
Courtney also commented about you can't have a community without unity.
Right, you can't spell it. Yes, yes.
Can't spell it without unity, y'all. Hey, y'all, we've been tonight. I'm gonna put these two books that we've highlighted tonight up on the screen right quick as best I can. One is right here. It's called Reusable Q-Tips. Reusable Q-Tips by Miss Marquisha Q. Colbreth. The other book is called Black Men Are No Good, You Say. If so, it is the black woman's fault. I'm going to say that again. Black men are no good. If so, it's the black woman's fault. And she wants you to open the book to get the full understanding of this book. Black men, you're all right in Miss Evelyn Pierce's eyes. You're a king in her eyes. Black women, You're queens in her eyes also, but she says that we've let our men down.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying
Yes,
today?
that's what I'm saying.
Reusable Q-tips by Miss Marquisha Q. Colbreth is all about empowering you. If you're feeling limited, broken, afraid, stagnant, or unappreciated, she wants you to read this book. You guys can go to Whole House Publishing and find out more information on both these books. Whole House Publishing is spelled Hull House Publishing.com. WholeHousePublishing.com. The owner of WholeHousePublishing.com is right here on the end. We've been with her most of the night. Also, Miss Marcita Chavette, y'all. Y'all go check her out. This is the owner of Whole House Publishing. And these are, is it safe to say proteges? Is that a good word?
No, these are actually
Partners.
authors
Partners.
who are published under the Whole House name.
Okay. Authors who are published under the Whole House name, Miss Marquisha Q. Colbreth and Miss Evelyn Jewel Pierce. Miss Evelyn, where can they find you on social media?
Well, they can find me on YouTube, Evelyn Pierce, or E. Jewel Pierce, and also my website is www.godaddit.com. GodAddit.com.
Uh-oh, I missed that one. God, give me that again in just a second.
Okay.
G-O-D
GOD ADDIT.com.
GODADDIT.com.
Correct.
Got you. Gotcha. I'm putting that on the screen right now. And what can they find on this website?
Oh, they can definitely find the book on the website, but I do have a lot of other things on the website.
You don't have no more bullets on that, do you?
And now I have a lot of collectible toys.
Oh, wait a minute. She's just a collectible toy.
She's not selling
Uh,
bullets.
And I am
Oh God. Oh my goodness.
Well, she came to you
Just to
naked.
clarify.
She said she came to you naked. She
That's
left
right,
with clothes on.
that's
Left with clothes on.
she
She
act
left
like,
with diamonds and pearls.
hey, she act like she don't know we cut up over there.
But I gave the disclaimer
Okay,
for y'all to behave
tonight
tonight.
I didn't
Yes,
hear that.
I did. I say y'all
Somebody
gotta
lost the
behave
memo.
tonight.
Hey, Miss Memo.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I
Somebody
didn't hear that.
lost the memo.
Yes.
I didn't
See,
hear that.
selective hearing.
I'm sorry.
Been really
And
good.
I have one more thing
Okay.
that I want to tell the public before we go. It's very, very important announcement.
Come
You may go.
on, okay.
Huh?
Oh, all right. Whole House Publishing is partnering with Preserve the Black Child, and we are doing a national book fair tour. We are going to be touring 7 cities throughout the United States, in cities that have low literacy rates. It is a reading initiative that is targeted for inner city, urban, low literacy, of course, diverse children. And what the program is going to do is going to be able to put diverse libraries in homes of diverse children. And it's going to also be a way of supporting Black authors. So we're getting 10 to 15 Black children authors together with their titles. And we're going to be touring. We're going to go from city to city, handing out books for free to children in each city, to build those at-home library, those diverse at-home libraries.
I love it.
Let me
That
ask you a question.
So we're going to be raising money. If you go to my website, you can go to my fundraiser, Read Black Child Read, and for every $15 that you donate, it purchases a book for a child. And so, if you want to purchase 1 or 10 or 100, let us know, and I will let Malcolm and Kenneth know when we are doing actual fundraisers and how you can support that way as well. But we are getting those things together so that we want it to be as smooth as possible. We want to be able to put these books in the hands of these children because two things that we're dealing with, and that is the critical race theory, where they're taking a lot of our Black books and Black information out of the schools. They are saying that those books and certain parts of the civil rights movement promotes discrimination. What they're trying to do is they're trying to flip it on us and say that we're doing reverse racism when we do things like this fair, where we're targeting our people, or organizations like Black Lives Matter. They're saying, oh, so now Black people are trying to discriminate against us. And so they're trying to reverse it. So what this will do is, since it is going to be an at-home library, we can still be able to put that power of reading about characters that are relevant and relative to our children back in their hands at home. And then the other thing is that the literacy rate in Texas is horrific. As an educator, I did not even know that we are down low on the totem pole. We rank in the 40s and 49th out of 50 states far as low high school graduates, libraries, college entry age children. We are low on all those numbers. And I was like, that's ridiculous, because if you know anything about politics, when you are not producing educated people, then the labor productivity is low.
Yes.
So that means that we're not getting the jobs that we can, and it affects our economy, because what those children who don't finish school do is they go get the low end job positions, and it's not really stimulating the economy like it would if they would come out and be educated and contribute to the community. So you guys support, be watching for more information. I'm going to get it out there to all of the media outlets. We're going to be rattling our U.S. representatives in each state that we visit to get their support. And I have some strong community activists in Houston who are ready and willing to support. So y'all look for it, because it's going to be a strong movement.
Awesome. I'd love to be a part of that. And I promise to behave.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. I'm one that inquires the mind of my children.
Mhm.
So is there something that you all have that would pique the interest of kids? Because I think that's the problem with our society today.
Mhm.
Instead of we stick them in front of a video game, instead of piquing their interest,
Reading
such
is the
as
number
writing
one.
a book
Mhm.
or something like that. Because I have a 10-year-old, he can read.
Mhm.
Not that strong in math, but he can read. But I gotta pull his toenails to get him to read.
Right.
But he's a strong reader, and I was like, okay, you have to be productive in society, so therefore you have to be inquisitive in other things.
Right.
So I told him, I said, you're gonna learn how to play an instrument. Matter of fact, you're gonna learn how to play 2 or 3 instruments. Because I'm gonna
Well, both
test,
of those things connect to his learning.
I'm gonna
and
test
how-
your brain.
yeah, how you
And I
are.
think that's what us as Black people have went away from.
Yeah.
We see all these little kids, all these educators, you see it. They come to school and they go home, and then they come back the next day and they're not prepared. Well, what happened to us when we went home and came back the next day and weren't prepared? You know what I'm saying? And now I think that's what society has went away from. And I think that's what we need to get back to, and as far as, do y'all have something like that? I mean, because I'm quite sure there's a lot of kids that would love to write a book.
Right. Well, we actually for the book fair, we actually going to have a workshop for children. If they are aspiring authors, we're going to do a workshop where they will teach them how to become a children's author.
Okay.
There you have it, y'all. Whole House Publishing is going to have you didn't see that, man. Whole House Publishing is soon going to be reaching out to try to
Yes.
encourage children, to start reading more, start writing more. because that is definitely a problem. We have a 20-year-old with us right now. I know she's in there going, you go wherever right now. She's in the other room, but these kids are not learning. They used to teach us. They used to teach
Right.
us, read this short story. And
Mhm.
at the end of the short story, we're going to take a quiz and you're going to tell me who the main character was.
Right.
You're going to tell us this. You're going to tell us what the plot was, when the story twisted. You're going to tell me everything. Who was the antagonist? You ask these kids today, what is an antagonist? They're going to be like, I don't know.
Trust me, I know Q can
Mhm.
attest.
Mhm.
We could have taught them
Absolutely.
all of this,
That's right.
and then they'll turn around and say, "I don't know what this is.
Yep.
I never learned this."
Moments
It's
later.
and I'm telling you, it's we have a big job to do to reprogram children, and the reason why is because we have allowed them to have access to social media and their phones and their tablets and their gaming systems to the point where their attention spans are short. You hear that, it sounds cliche, but scientifically, their endorphins is looking for the next big thing. And if we're not the type of educator that is jumping through hoops and using the newest technology, trying to keep their attention, they're not going to be focused on learning because as soon as the teacher start talking, they're gone.
Mhm.
They're not paying attention because their attention span has shortened because of what they have access to now. And everything is
Instant,
fast.
instant gratification.
12 seconds, 4 seconds, yeah, and then it's gone. And then they looking for the next thing. I could be still doing the same TikTok, and my granddaughter say, "Oh, Nanny, that's old." Oh, wait a minute, it's still new to me. I still like doing it.
Right,
She's like, "Oh, that's old."
right,
Yep.
right. True enough. True enough. Y'all, we hope you enjoyed tonight. We got to get to one more guest, correct?
Yeah.
Got to get to one more guest.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, though, I just want to make sure everybody has gotten all the information out that they wanted to get out to our listening audience tonight. I'm going to start with Marcita. We've touched on quite a few things tonight.
Mhm.
Did you get everything out?
I think so. Just remember to go to Hull House Publishing. Everything that I talked about tonight is on the website.
Everything she talked about tonight is at www.hullhousepublishing.com. That is HULL housepublishing.com. I'll put it up on the screen in just a second. Before we get to our next guest, Miss Marquisha, Mr. Jamion Cavill, I'm not sure what he's referring to. Did we discuss something about fundraising?
Well, the Preserve the Black Child, I guess he's saying that he needs help fundraising. What you can do, Jamion, is reach out to some of your community leaders and see if they can help you organize certain fundraisers, and then seek out different fundraisers that will be applicable to your company and what you're looking for. Also, search community-based funding and grants, and there is money out there, especially for companies.
There you go, Mr. Cavill. We hope Miss Marcita helped you out with a little information tonight. Courtney Lyons, I gave you the information you needed. She was looking to where she could find the books. I put the website up right here. Miss Courtney Lyons, this goes out to anybody who's on the live feed tonight. Go to www.hullhousepublishing.com to find out more information on the two books that are on the screen right now. Reusable Q-tips. Black men are no good. If so, it is the black woman's fault. It's y'all's fault. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. She wants y'all to open the book and actually get a good understanding of the book. There is more meaning behind the title of the book. She wants you guys to know that, hey, a game was played with us for all of these years, hundreds of years, and we need to know what games were played with us to where we neglected our black men. That's what the book is about. Reusable Q-tips. Y'all get these two books. Find out more about yourselves. Find out more about yourselves, black people. All people, really. All people could really use this knowledge. It was a pleasure having y'all tonight. I've spoken to Miss Marcita, Miss Marquisha Q.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like our listening audience to know about you, ma'am?
No, sir. I think we covered it all.
You're good to go.
Mhm.
If you were an apple, you would have been red as an apple tonight, huh?
Fuchsia, like burgundy, like crimson. Yeah. I can't wait to walk out of the door and just faint. I'll just faint. Like turn the camera off. Go to commercial. Boom.
I promise you. I
Lots
promise.
of surprises.
I promise you.
She's sitting there all sweet.
Yeah.
She's sitting there all quiet and sweet. Y'all turned her loose and it was like, boom. I was like, that went on the script. That went on the script. That went on the script.
I promise you, we tried. Most of our shows are uncensored, so this is all business. But we try to make it loosey goosey, so everybody feels comfortable. So we apologize, but I had to pick on it. Thank you for coming tonight, too.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Miss Evelyn.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like our listening audience to know tonight?
Shucks. I really think I really want the listening audience to recognize exactly what is going on. And it has always been the goal to destroy the Black man. The head is what we need. And again,
Hey,
I've said it before, the body is
Y'all know her?
never any greater than the head. The body is never greater than the head. The body does nothing without the head. And I do believe that the Black man, men period, are supposed to be the head. And that is the overall goal. But again, that's what makes him my hero, because of the resilience that has been thrown at him as far as anything and everything, and he bounces back. And so again, I think, now I even heard this today, and I don't think I'd ever heard it before, that says when the Black woman stands up, the world stands with her. I'd never heard it before, but I really hope that it's true, because that's what we need, Black women to stand up and let the world stand with us.
Yes.
Hmm.
Good ending.
I'm visualizing that right now, and you might have something there, because I even heard, whites and Hispanics saying, "If Michelle runs, I'm voting for her." And I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What? Did I just hear that?" So you might be on to something there. You might be on to something. That's all you had to say tonight?
That's it.
That was author Miss Evelyn Jewel Pierce. She was very animated tonight. If you want to catch that animation, catch the replay.
That's right. Put up bullets back in the hole.
Don't start. We have time to die down from
I never see elevators the same. Never see
the book.
elevators.
Now you know-
I'm gonna be
now
dreaming
you
about
know
bullets.
you get in the elevator. Back up against the wall.
Man.
If you're watching our live feed, we are having fun in the building tonight, but we want the focus to be on Miss Evelyn Jewel Pierce's book. Miss Evelyn Jewel Pierce's book can be found at WholeHousePublishing.com. Y'all go and find this book and read it for understanding. No matter what race you are, it's understanding for the whole race of the whole human race, especially the Black race. Go and also go to WholeHousePublishing.com and read about you being limited, read about you being broken, afraid, stagnant, and unappreciated. Pick up the book Reusable Q-Tips by Q Colbreth, Miss Marquisha Q Colbreth. WholeHousePublishing.com. I put it on the live feed already. I'll put it up in the comments again in just a second. We've been with all three of these ladies. The publisher herself, Miss Marcita Chauvet, over here on the right, to your far right, if you're looking on the screen, is the founder of Hull House Publishing, and these are her partners in crime here, Miss Marquisha Colbreth and Miss Evelyn Jewel Pierce. We want y'all to go and publish these books, because we think they'll do the public the community a whole lot of good. As y'all know, on the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour, we're all about empowering and encouraging small business owners. Tonight has been no different. We hope we have shared the news. We hope we've helped somebody tonight. We've got one more guest, and I just wanted to say good night to the ladies. You don't have to leave. We're going to spend about 30 minutes with him. We're going to take some pictures with you if you need. If not that long, not that long. Okay, we're going to take some pictures with y'all, and we'll let y'all go. Okay, if that's all right. Come on, get in the middle. Ladies, if y'all would come over here, I'll take y'all's pictures right quick. And we are, while I'm taking these pictures, Mr. Chef Dosey. I want you to have a seat and introduce yourself. Chef Let 'em Eat is in the building, y'all. If you don't know who Chef Let 'em Eat is, make sure you hit hashtag Let 'em Eat, not hashtag Let them eat. Hashtag Let 'em Eat. That is hashtag LETEMEAT. Hashtag Let 'em Eat. He is an established chef here in Houston, Texas, and we're going to talk to him in just a second. We'll be right back on the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour. Somebody, y'all scoot over to y'all's right. I don't want to cut Marquisha off. Come on in. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I got it. Y'all want to switch up poses? Or y'all good with that one?
You gonna rotate?
That's fine. 1, 2, 3. I got it.
All right, rotate one more time.
Okay.
You got it in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my good side.
1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Got it.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed listening to y'all. I was in there listening. Very encouraging.
Oh, that was very great.
Yes, if anybody didn't hear y'all, I definitely heard you.
And when you do,
I have to make sure I know what you.
and when you
Yes,
do,
yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, that was nice listening to
Thank
y'all.
you so much. Thank y'all so much.
Y'all school teachers, huh?
Nice to meet you. Oh, let's do that.
I need to holler at you. I need a couple of books for real.
Yes, sir.
I
was gonna need y'all
Me-
some
I
cards.
need a couple of them. I need to
Mika.
tell my life story, and I need a cookbook or two. You know,
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
I got a touching life story.
Wow.
I'm 58 years old from the city of Compton, California. I've seen it all,
Yeah.
and I've become who I am today.
It's just like
Oh yeah, I have you laughing, crying, and happy and inspired.
And the same.
My story is all
Make
but
sure
that. No doubt. Thank you, loved one.
I'm not sure who spoke last, but Mika was cheering y'all on. That's it, ma'am. Come on, is what she said.
Guys, I'm gonna run because I got a little drive to go.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Marquisha, nice meeting you.
you can't.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry we so managed.
Oh, no worries.
Let me have that book.
All right.
I'll cash out. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
If you come downstairs, I got more.
Okay.
Those of you who are still on our live feed, we're going to spend a couple more minutes with Chef Let 'em Eat. I'll put his name in the comments right now. Chef Let 'em Eat.
Oh, I didn't even know we're still on, man.
Yes, we're still on. We're still on.
Awesome.
I'm
Let 'em eat.
I'm going to get all of this tonight.
That's right.
Chef Let 'em Eat. I'm going to put a hashtag, and I'm going to say LETEMEAT. Chef Let 'em Eat. That's where you find this man.
Yeah.
The next
Let's
guest
go.
on our show tonight, this is where you can find him. Put hashtag Let 'em Eat.
There he is.
Let 'em eat in. Put hashtag Let 'em Eat in, and you'll see every picture, every parcel of food he's ever cooked, most likely. And he's cooked almost every 4 corners of Houston. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
Tell our listening audience a little bit about yourself tonight. Where did you start cooking? In California?
Yes, correct. Actually, I started cooking in California back in the maybe the middle 70s.
Middle 70s.
Yes. I was a kid in junior high school, 1978 exactly, barbecuing. I was called the Doogie Howser barbecue as a kid. It transcended and became what it has become today. I mean, I'm well-rounded. I do it all. I've been in 10 states. I've cooked pretty much for everybody known to man in the city of Texas. My story is like no other, but yet, I'm humble. I've had a lot of fun. I've made quite a bit of change. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I've
sir.
met some good people. And I'm not done. I've listened to these ladies talk about their books and stuff like this here. I've got so much gathered, accumulated information over duration. I'm ready to share it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I was told, in order to keep what you got to give a little bit of it away.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
If you don't share it
Go ahead.
and use it, you lose it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You with it. That's why I'm on it.
So with that being said, it's time to get my memoirs out. Tell the story of KP. Let y'all know who I am for real. I come a long way, and I still got further to go.
Yeah.
I'm not done yet.
Not near done yet.
No.
Tell our listening audience a little bit about your transition that you're in right now.
Okay, well, right now I'm currently operating out of a location called Sucking Good Crawfish in the city of Katy, Texas. I received a phone call a couple of weeks ago. They needed some help doing some brunch. So me being the guy I am, I come in with the whole kit and caboodle, trying with the 3-ring circus. So I come in and I set them up and get that thing going, and we've been going. You know what I'm saying? It's established entity now. I mean, the brunch is going good, full speed ahead. We got all the favorites that y'all love. We got that lobster, fried lobster, shrimp and grits, fish and grits, lobster and grits, the whole shot. We got the waffles, the French toast, the scrambled eggs. We got anything you can possibly imagine. All of the loose components made by yours truly. That's how we rocking in that thing. So if you're ever in the city of Katy, Texas, y'all come on see me at Sucking Good Crawfish. We got it going on brunch from the hours of 12 o'clock till 4. Holla at your boy.
Sucking Good Crawfish. I got them coming up right now, and I got them tagged. You're the head chef.
Actually, no. I want to make sure I get that out there.
Okay.
I was called on to come and aid and assist
Okay.
the guys that are operating out of there.
Gotcha.
Now. They have some areas they need to
Tighten up on.
improve on.
Okay.
And or whatever. So they gave me a call, and me being who I am, I come and do my due. You know what I'm saying? I come with the sanitizing bucket and the rubber gloves and that skillet, because I kill it with the skillet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Kill it with the skillet,
Oh,
man.
most definitely. So I pretty much just come to pretty much do my thing. As a consultant, hands-on guy, and no job too big for me. You know what I'm saying? I sear down steaks and shrimp. I mop floors and scrub motherfucking doors. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? But I do it all. I'm pretty much humble in what I do. And that's what it is, man. Just having fun, just living a dream and trying to get it to them 1 meal at a time, helping who I can help. Just doing my thing, man. Just trying to touch as many as I can, get it to them 1 meal at a time.
Yes, sir. Tell our listening audience any upcoming events you guys have coming up at Sucking Good. Any establishments that you anticipate opening soon?
Yes, well, actually, we got the Sucking Crawfish going, like I said, pretty good. They already able to living entity a couple of years before I got on board with them a couple of weeks ago. Actually, been 4 weeks. But the breakfast stuff going good. We got a lunch that we about to start up, something new that they haven't had. I got the catering business going. I'm Let 'em Eat food service located on social media. I've been doing that full speed ahead for the past few years. I got a couple other projects that we're now ironing out some details. I'm going to launch those things when Christmas time come up in that area. They will be up in Katy, Texas as well. So, we're keeping busy, doing meal prep meals, and just trying to pretty much keep our hand in the fire, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If I don't keep the burns and the cuts on my hands, I done got rusty.
Keep your name relevant.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much trying to stay in the lab and perfecting techniques and just staying solid 10 toes down,
There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ken Wayne, did you have any questions
It's
tonight?
Thursday night steak night. Don't
Yeah.
forget to tell them about your steak night. It's
Yeah.
Sucking Good.
Yeah. Well, steak night just began a couple of weeks ago, and it's been doing pretty good. It's every Thursday between the hours of I'll say about 6 o'clock. We start that thing up, and we don't stop till 11, 12 o'clock. hopefully we can get it to where I'm used to having my steak nights, where doing anywhere from 60 to 70 steaks in a couple hours, open flame, scratch mashed potatoes, green beans, a whole shot, So that's definitely something you have to come and check out. So if y'all in the area, Katy, Texas, Thursday night, y'all come on, steak night.
Thursday night at Sucking Good Crawfish is
Yes.
steak night.
Yes, and if I'm not in the building, you're still good. They up in that piece. Let's go.
What kind of steaks do you guys serve?
Ribeye, the only steak, the best steak.
The best steak,
Yeah.
ribeyes?
T-bone is cool, because they got the filet side and they got the New York strip side, but the most flavorful steak out there, the best cut that I think is the ribeye, because they got a lot of marbleization up in it. You got that fat up in it, Like I say, the filet is good, but the ribeye is a king in Texas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Believe that.
Tell our listening audience, when they come to Sucking Good outside of the crawfish, give me the top 3 dishes.
Okay, that's a good one. Their boiled products is off the chain. They're a Cajun boil spot. So they sell them Cajun turkey necks and them, the corn or the cob, the red potatoes, the sausage, the boiled eggs, with the garlic butter seasoning or the Cajun spicy seasoning. That stuff is off the chain. And also they got some pretty good other items, like some chicken wings that go hard in the pain. They got some good egg rolls and catfish that's fair. It's pretty decent. It ain't not bad. Like I said, it's just a place that they're trying to just get their stuff going really good. They got some good items on the menu, but my favorites are that crab boil stuff and that
Crab boil.
Cajun boil. That stuff is amazing. It smells divine. They put a lot of heart and soul in it, And once again, it's loose components, which is the best stuff on the menu. You ain't coming out the can with nothing. And if I see some cans, I'm gonna definitely, say something, just to give them a hard time. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, they come with loose components, which is something that I love to do.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
This is in Katy, Texas, and I'm sorry. What's the address?
I don't know the physical number of it. I just know it's off of West Little York. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
That's okay.
It's in between Barker Cypress and Greenhouse on West Little York.
Okay,
You can't
gotcha.
miss it.
I got you. I'm sorry, Ken. Why I cut you off?
I was just gonna say it's good to have him back because he is one of the sponsors
No
of
doubt.
the Power Hour. So we look forward to having him back on here with some of his tasty dishes. The ladies tonight was asking,
Yes.
he didn't bring no food.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. It's good to be back,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I bought y'all a couple sample pecan pies for your families and stuff, so y'all can, check them out. Me and my team was baking last night. I got some kids that I've been teaching how to cook the past few years, and they're pretty awesome now. They at that level. I can't wait to let them loose in the restaurant field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they did the pies for me last night. They baked me 28 pies last night.
We gotta let Miss Evelyn take a piece of that pie, man, because once it gets in my hand, it's over.
Yeah, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but I'm gonna be coming up here every pretty much week to do my thing and bring y'all a nice little batch of goodness, So it's only the beginning.
We all working on them pies for the holidays.
Yes, absolutely.
Last year we, craving cakes and let them eat. You was talking about doing something where they done put a house of pies out there in Cypress, so we gotta run somebody out of business.
Already, let's get it. Yes,
So-
please, absolutely.
So we plan on collabing on that. We'll be getting together. That's coming soon.
Yes. Got a lot of good stuff coming, man. Feel real good inside. All this hard work and dedication paid off.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
man. God is good.
We talked about it.
Yes.
Both of us come a long way, and I'm proud of you, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you. We're cheering for you
Yes.
every day at Real Talk 100 Radio. Lisa's been asking about you for
Yes.
months.
Yeah. I
Where's he at?
appreciate y'all.
Where's he
Yeah.
at?
I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
Where's
The
he at?
love. Yes, I appreciate all the love. And like I say, I'm here for y'all, what I'm saying? We can collab and get some stuff going. Let's go, Let's get it.
All right. This is Chef Let 'Em Eat. Like I said before, I put his name on the screen. All you got to do is type that in, listening audience. Hashtag Let 'Em Eat. Spell it just like I spelled it. Please don't spell them. Let them eat, or you won't find anything about this man. You have to spell it let them eat. That is LETEMEAT. Hashtag Let Him Eat. He's also the owner of, I put that in the comments also, Let Him Eat Food and Catering. It is now on the screen right there. Let Him Eat Food and Catering. And we're speaking of Dulce Chef Porter. Yeah, that's his name on Facebook right there. Y'all go check him out. He's in transition right now. He's cook and helper at Sucking Good Crawfish. He wants you to check out Steak Night on Thursday nights. Thursday nights, he says, get that T-bone steak. Ribeye. Did it again. Didn't they? Get that ribeye steak. Is the best steak on the menu, and anything boiled is what they specialize in at Sucking Good Crawfish. That is where he is now. That is where he is now employed at. He does have his own company. It's at in transition right now, and it'll be back up full speed ahead real soon. Let Him Eat Food and Catering. You can find that Facebook page. Let Him Eat is all one word, LETEMEAT. Let Him Eat Food and Catering. Give him a follow. Give him a couple shares. Check out his beautifully cooked food. He's got all kinds of entrees on there, videos, pictures. Yes. Give him a share, give him a like, give him a follow at Let Him Eat Food and Catering.
And if you have a problem finding me on that platform, you can Google me as well. You Google Let Him Eat, it's going to pop up the second or third on Google.
Let Him Eat, y'all. Say it for me one time.
All you got to do is Google Let Him Eat. Let me show you the back of this shirt. You Google this name right here. Just Google it.
It's Google.
Let Him Eat. Google that. Will you?
The man said he is Googleable, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all check him out. Kenneth Wayne, you want to close this out tonight?
Nothing, just a terrific show tonight. Glad to have my boy Chef KP back.
All right,
Over there
appreciate you,
Second
baby.
Good at my favorite spot. You
Okay.
know, that brunch Saturday and Sundays.
And
Check
Tony
out that
Washington,
brunch.
mine.
Yeah, Tony Washington Jr. Shout out to you.
That right.
You know, Mr. Evelyn, Marcita, Q, the whole panel. You know, it's off the chain. We got a little bit of church. We got a little bit of Black history.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of motivation tonight. We got a little bit. We touched around on everything.
Bullets and everything.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That part.
So, you know, hey, we back in full effect.
Look what Lisa said.
Right.
Eat my pie, Jackson, and you're fine.
Ooh, once you bite into it, it's a wrap. As soon as it touch your palate, you going in again.
She lucky we on a censored show talking about eat her pie.
Yeah. That
So
part.
I guess we'll be back. We got the next. Next week I'll be out of town. So we'll be back. We'll see y'all. We got the next. Back in full effect. And you know, we look forward to seeing y'all. Thank everybody for tuning in. And let's get it.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to my co-host. Thank you to Lisa for cheerleading us on at home.
Hey, Lisa.
Thank you for all the likes, the shares, the comments. Thank you for all the bullets that flew tonight through the studio. Thank you. I had to put that in. Thank
Double barrel.
It's a double barrel.
Double barrel shotgun.
That
Thank
part.
you, all the readers that tuned in tonight. Future future book writers that were tuned in tonight. Readers, hey, it's all about getting our literacy up. We talked about that at the end of the show. Texas, we're in a bind when it comes to being literate. Our children are suffering. And if our children are suffering, that is our future. We need to definitely dedicate some time to the literacy rate. That is what we concluded the show with tonight with our other guests. But this has been the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour, where we get together every Tuesday night and we empower, we encourage, and we uplift small business owners. Tonight was no different, where we were with 3 authors and a chef, and we're encouraging, we're uplifting, and we're empowering every one of them. Why? Because we're small business owners ourselves, and we want somebody, one of those crabs, to reach back in the bucket and grab us out of this bucket. And hopefully it'll be one of them, or it'll be another one of our friends in our network. If not, it'll be us that'll be reaching down and bringing somebody else up the ladder with us. That's our mantra. That is our thought process here at Real Talk 100 Radio. Ain't no crab in the buckets going on over here. We're empowering, uplifting, and encouraging small business owners every week. Join us next Tuesday and every Tuesday. Well, I'm sorry. We'll be off next Tuesday, but the week after we'll be back empowering and encouraging other small business owners. If you would like to be highlighted on the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour, all you have to do is text POWER to 936-333-1969. One more time, if you would like to create awareness about your small business and be empowered, uplifted, and I forgot what I was going to say, but if you would like to be empowered and uplifted on the Real Talk 100 Radio Power Hour, please text POWER to 936-333-1969. We're out for this week. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
That was fun, man.
It was.